What is the best impression you can make?
I don't know.
Like, can you
All
make
of mine are pretty bad.
Okay.
Maybe Patrick Warburton. I don't know.
Yeah, give me your best Patrick Warburton.
Let's see what it'll...
Well, now you're on the spot, Tony.
I know. I got to think of a line to say.
Just say hi.
Yeah.
I'm Patrick.
Just do the... What's the wheelchair guy's name?
Joe.
Yeah, just do a Joe quote.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
You need a little work.
That was more like Hank Hill.
Oh. Oh. God damn it, Bobby.
Let go my purse. I don't know you. That's supposed to be Carmen.
No, that's Bobby.
It's just a bad Bobby Hill.
God damn it.
Mom, bathroom.
Oh, God. I mean, that was a fantastic episode. Don't get me wrong.
Got to get out of here. Oh,
Get to the chopper.
Oh, dear.
it's so bad.
I mean, I know.
We still haven't heard your Warburton.
That's true. For some reason, I was about to be like
Tony?
John Hamm.
Tony,
my
fuck.
wow
Not the
us.
same.
Wow us,
Wow
Tony.
you.
War all over my Burton, please.
We don't have enough. Oh, God.
Who was that? What was that supposed to be?
Give me a Jim Carrey quote then.
A Jim Carrey quote?
Yeah. Give me your finest Jim.
But he does so many different things and voices and
I'm so
stuff.
bad. I'm not an impressionist.
Okay, can you...
Peter.
Wow, that was a good one-word impression, Tony.
I'm glad that
There
it
you
took
go.
you 2 minutes to think of that.
No worries.
Hey,
bro.
Peter.
I got it.
No, 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 no.
See, that was actually not too bad.
I need to stop taking the bath during Peter's shenanigans.
Oh my God, who cares? I can't do Peter.
Was that supposed to be Peter?
Well, technically, I am Peter, so I'm not wrong.
It's true.
Griffin.
God damn it.
What commercial does Patrick Warburton do? He does commercials.
Insurance, I want to say.
Oh,
well,
no,
he-
H&R Block is John Hamm. God damn it.
Hey, Peter.
Hold on. Let me Patrick Warburton commercial.
Or, well, he's in a lot of Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Honda.
Is it Honda?
Helpful Honda
I think
people.
I think he's in a couple.
Well, he does the flight attendant thing
Yeah.
in California soaring.
Welcome.
Welcome.
What you're about to see... No, that's why does that
Southern
have an
as
accent?
fuck, Tony.
What you're about to see is a great wilderness.
I see you've turned into the man from Thunder Mountain. Wildest ride in the wilderness.
Yeah. Looking like that.
Continue looking at him like that.
I don't know how to process what I'm witnessing right now. I kind of saw you as the guy of impressions, and now like my whole reality is shattering around me.
You can't think of any lines from Pamper's New Groove?
Don't worry, Isma.
Oh, you're talking about
He's crunk.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I'm trying to do the Kronk impression with like the plan. You know that quote?
Yeah. Goose goes poison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I used to do that a lot. That's right. Goose goes poison. The poison meant to kill. Goose goes poison. That poison.
All right. Anyway, it is
Nailed it.
episode 44 of the Control
Salt delete
Delete.
cast. Oh, sorry.
The impressions continue, apparently.
I was trying to
Would
get
you like to introduce? Do you want to take my
No,
job?
go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, this is your host Peter Park.
We have jobs?
Along with me on this roller coaster ride of an adventure podcast. Are there such things as adventure podcasts?
Podcasts about adventures?
No, like I was thinking, like like an RPG adventure, almost like. But it's. I guess that wouldn't
So
make
a
sense.
podcast
So
about
go
an
into the
adventure?
cave. Skip 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, I guess in a podcast
go.
format that wouldn't really work,
It'd be
would
pretty
it?
tough. It'd be like
To go up the mountain,
old
skip
ghost-
4 minutes.
those old Goosebumps books.
Oh
or,
yeah,
you know.
dude, I used to read those.
Oh, heck yeah.
I think I remember the one with the werewolf. Maybe that sounds too generic. I don't know.
That's pretty generic.
It was good times though. It was really good times.
Pick your own adventure.
But anyway, I have along with me on this roller coaster adventure is Matthew Griego
Hi.
and Tony Brattoli.
Yep, the master of impressions.
Yes,
Well,
clearly.
there's
Only one at the moment.
there's lots of evidence of that. Okay, I gotta say that every time that I come here, like every time I drive here, there's some sort of, I don't know what it is. The stretch of road between my house and your house is always extra perilous.
Well,
yeah,
that's
it's ass
you know, it's a bunch of great people on the road just signaling all the time. For one.
So like literally less than a mile from my house, I almost get T-boned by a guy turning left at a four-way stop because he didn't signal, you know, and
Yeah.
then
So you were on the right. You were going first because
Yes.
that's right away kind of thing.
Yep.
Actually, on my way here, I almost got smashed into a divider.
Yeah, and then he of course he flips me off. So I chased him down and anyway, then I got tailgated, even though like I was going speed limit, and on top of that, there was a car in front of me that was also going speed limit, so it's not like exactly I could go faster. And he was literally like a foot away from my car.
Don't you know that if you're not also tailgating, then he loses his drafting capabilities?
Yeah.
There was also a souped up BMW that like, you know, like cars that are like excessively loud.
Oh yeah.
But like this car, I'm not sure, like I'm not really a connoisseur of car noises, but this one literally sounded like random popping noises.
Oh yeah.
Like it wasn't like rum, rum, it was like
The balloon. Yeah,
that's a bad muffler.
pop, pop. And then like I like looked at him and then he looked back at me. And then I just started laughing because it's just like a ridiculous scene. Like this car literally sounds like it's about to explode at any moment. And then he starts revving his engine. I'm like, well, dude, you're turning left and I'm going straight. So I don't know what point you're exactly trying to make here.
people actually pay for that sound. I've heard it on many cars. Like
It's a
souped up.
specific kind of muffler.
Is it like a
think.
masculinity thing?
I
people
think
just like to hear.
It just seems dumb. And then also another car kept on trying to. Okay, so the same car that was tailgating me for like about 5 miles eventually changed lanes into the lane over, and then he would speed up like crazy and go, and then we would see each other at the next red light.
Yeah,
and then
it's almost like that's how it works.
And then at the green light, speed up like crazy again. See him again at the next red light. I'm just like, bro, like, what? I don't know what point you're trying to make. Besides that, you obviously have gas to burn, but just chill, relax a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. Every podcast recording day that I decide to come, or not decide to come here, like it's not, yeah, I think I'll just go today. It's like, I'm like, this is the day I die from a driver related incident. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's to the point that I see so many bad drivers that maybe I'm the bad driver.
No, I mean, based on what you're describing,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like it.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I mean, driving long distances to work every day shows you some real interesting characters on the road.
I bet in Los Angeles especially as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
It's not great. It's not great.
If I had the choice, I definitely would take the train or a
Yeah.
public transportation that wasn't going to take 3 times as long.
Yeah.
What California is desperately in need of is a good transportation or public transportation system.
Yeah, at least like it's decent if you live like in the exact center of Los Angeles, but it's really shitty everywhere else.
You know what's great is that I don't live in the exact center,
I
center
know.
of Los
Neither do we.
Angeles. So not great.
No, I know.
And there's a reason this has come up again, because it's still a problem and always has been a problem.
Speaking of not great,
This is the pre-salt mines. Just by the way,
yeah, just pre-seasoning. You gotta let it marinate a bit before we go into
There you go.
eating it. You know what I mean? But speaking of not great, how's your week, man?
what?
I have no idea.
Why did that
I have no idea how your week went. I just needed to segue somehow, and
Well, I mean, technically not great because it was just fine.
oh,
Like
see,
it was-
But there
Peter
you go.
strikes again.
Yep.
Absolutely correct.
Check. Mark
1 for
one
1.
for-
Easy.
Peter
Game
strikes again.
point. Strike. Wait, no.
Right on the board.
Peter,
Wait, strike is a good thing in bowling, but a bad thing in baseball, right?
yes,
Correct.
Okay. Well, bad if you're,
Well,
you know.
it's good for the outfield.
Yeah.
yeah. Depends on what team you're fighting for.
Yeah, sports ball. Just kidding. I'm I'm actually
Sports ball's my favorite.
quite upset. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm quite upset about the result of today's game, Warriors versus Cavs. Great.
You
Anyway.
can't say it because this will release on Monday.
But who knows? Maybe people catch their sports news more than a week or more than 4 days after the event occurred. Whatever. Matt, how was your week?
So, not a whole lot happened this week. Actually, pretty much nothing really happened this week.
Sweet.
Just hanging out with people and then doing work all week, and that's about it. Like,
Was it like a good nothing much happened this week? Like
It's
you got to like
neutral.
relax a bit,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I
get to yerk the jerk.
You-
I made that up. I don't even know what it means really, but you
Yerk?
should probably say no.
all right, hold on. Yerk the jerk. You mean like jerk chicken? Like maybe I made some jambalaya or something?
Oh fuck, jerk chicken sounds good, but I don't think that has anything to do with jambalaya.
It doesn't, but I don't know what yerking means. So
It means that.
making
Jambalaya,
jambalaya with jerk chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
We
I
have
did
made
not.
up a new thing.
I
Yeah.
did not yerk the jerk.
Sounds awful.
Okay, well, what a
Um,
shame.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Just mostly work, and work's been kind of just not exciting. So it makes the week sound even more exciting, of course. When I wasn't doing too much for work.
Code more. That's all.
Yeah, about that. That's not more exciting. That's just more work.
Code upside down.
Yeah.
That would not end well. I feel
Code in
like.
Spanish.
That would literally not work.
Okay, this sounds stupid, but do other countries code in English? Like how?
Okay,
Is there like a
so-
universal code
Well, it's
language?
not really
It's okay.
English, is
So coding languages are primarily written with English in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you wanted to print something on screen, it's always printf. There's not like a Spanish version of printf. It's still printf. But that command isn't really English. And I'm just using that as an example. There's lots of things like that. So if you're coding in other languages, yes, it's going to look like you're coding in English, but like what's actually displayed on the screen is going to be in whatever language you type in, because you're going to set that text to whatever you need it to be.
Right. But like when you look at the code itself, I was curious if like
Yeah, it is.
uses like the Roman numeral. Or
I would say it's universal, like
So-
math.
English
and-
alphabet.
It's kind of
music.
like math and music, where if someone in China or someone in just a different country codes in Java, for instance, I'll be able to read it.
Okay.
I won't know exactly what their strings might say, which is what they are typing for themselves, but I'll be able to know what it does.
Yeah, I guess I was just mostly curious if people code using the English alphabet.
Yes, that
Okay.
is accurate.
Okay, cool.
At least I don't know of any language that uses other alphanumeric symbols.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's just Roman numeric, typically those characters.
Doesn't that mean learning like computer science in other languages is like almost like learning another like language? I know. I mean, like I know if you're. I know that.
technically is learning.
Well, yeah, I understand that,
I
but
know
like
what you're saying.
there's
too.
like a language component to it as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like for us, if we learn coding and we see something that says print on it, we have a general idea of what that's probably going to do.
Mm-hmm.
In a different country, they just need to know that print means put something on the screen.
Right.
So I can see. You can see where you're coming from, and yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, that's a dumb question, but I was just curious.
no, it's
not
not dumb. It's
cool.
It's interesting. But yeah, I want to say most, if not all, computer science languages are based in English.
That's cool.
At least mostly.
It's just one of those things I just never really thought about. I guess it's pretty cool though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where the first computer language was started. I'm pretty sure it was here.
I want to say it was
Because-
in the United States.
Well, it might have been in USA. Well, the first computer was Britain, I think.
Okay.
Because of Alan Turing. Is that correct?
I don't.
I have
Pretty
no
sure
idea.
it's Britain.
I want to say Alan Turing created the first computing system.
Yeah. So he created the first actual computing thing, which is,
Punch
to us
cards,
nowadays is
right?
computers. No, he did something even stranger back then. It was really odd.
It was dancing.
The histories of computers is kind of fascinating if you want to look into it.
It is.
I don't.
I remember my first, like when I was in college, I got a look at like one of the first computer components that actually used bits and memory and all that kind of stuff. And you can count the parts on it. So like if it's like some odd number of RAM, you can count each of the parts that made that amount of RAM.
Isn't that how people are able to like make really rudimentary computing systems in like Minecraft, because it's kind of works on that same kind of physical logic?
Yeah, it is pretty much exactly, because a computer is basically just taking electrical signal and displaying information based on an electrical
That's so
signal.
fucking cool, and I'll never fully understand that shit. But yeah,
I mean, you
it's
can
super cool.
just
I mean, I
look it up.
could, but like, I feel like that's kind of one of those rabbit holes where it's like the less you know, the more you know, because the more you learn, meaning like the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. Does that make sense?
To a degree, yeah. But I mean,
And then you just know it
I mean-
because you learned it.
if you learn,
it were that easy.
I mean, the nice thing about computers is I feel like nowadays, if you know the basics of how they work, basically nowadays you just make it bigger and faster, and that's computers nowadays. You know what I mean?
Well, smaller and faster, really.
Well, like
Well, numbers wise. So like
bigger numbers,
it's-
smaller physically.
You know, first RAM stick was probably like less than a K. It was probably like megabytes in size at most, right? So like nowadays it's just take that in a smaller package, but make it a lot bigger, and then that's basically today's
like
computer.
bigger results, smaller package.
Yeah,
This would be kilobytes.
you know what I mean. Kilobytes. Let's just say it's regular bytes, then not even thousands of bytes, just hundreds.
Just bytes.
Could
Just
there be like a
bytes.
special glove that we put on where we could slap Tony if he has a smug expression on his face?
You know
that- that-
special glove.
That smug, self-serving satisfaction is like he said something really dumb and he knows it, but he's just like reveling in it. He's like, yeah, kilobytes.
I have to
we'll
add
find a
my
glove
2
for that.
cents.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Amounted to 2
I think what's even more interesting is like actual mechanical computers, like the first calculators.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Those things are fascinating to watch work, but they're like
they're so crude,
they're
right?
so rudimentary by
Yeah.
today's standards. It's ridiculous. So
They're basically just like slightly more sophisticated abacuses, more or less.
way more sophisticated abacuses.
Well, yeah,
than-
but like in terms of like what their output could actually do.
yeah, no, it's
like a fast
extremely
abacus.
limited.
Yeah.
And you look at the inside, you're like, someone had to think of how to make this work, which is fascinating, but also like, good God, right? So yeah, my week was not interesting.
Great,
That was interesting.
sounds good.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So
The
that-
conversation that came out of it.
Yeah, it's good. Tony, how was your week?
My day?
Collection of 7 days.
My day was all right. My week was also all right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I streamed a little bit more.
Cool.
Nobody watched.
I
but it
did.
was fun.
Sweet.
I
You
watched.
Did? That's right.
I had
My
some.
days are blending
I
together.
had
But
some friends come
you
in and
know-
watch.
yeah.
Yeah, but Peter, he's saying you're a no one.
No.
Well, he's not. Real.
When I say no one
Oh.
watched, it means like I had like 3 or 4 people,
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
but you do. Yeah. Based on some of those streams, I made some more YouTube content for my own channel.
Great.
Actually,
Hopefully, the
kinda
output doesn't look how it did on the stream. Because you were a little.
for that one, it did. Yes.
You were a little squished.
Yeah, I fixed that.
Okay, that's good.
I
So
figured that
was
out.
it your OBS settings?
Yeah, there was a checkbox that was forcing rescaling.
Okay, well there you have it.
But
and you're using
but
an
it-
ultra wide.
It didn't tell me what the scale was.
No,
it just said forced rescaling.
Once again, remember how I had that audio desync issue for literally like half a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really gotta look through the fucking dirty details of OBS sometimes.
I don't get what that checkbox. I don't know.
Well, it forced it like you're using an ultra wide, right? And they want your video to be 1920 by 1080. It's going to take your ultra wide and just squish it down.
Yeah, so I guess for most monitors it would look fine, but since you had an ultra wide, it did not look fine.
Yeah, because
But
you
see,
didn't. You
without
didn't have
that
a,
checked though, the stream looks perfect.
No, that's what I'm saying
Yeah.
though. Like, so for most people, that setting would be, could
be
be
fine.
helpful. Could be helpful.
Yeah, because they
Right.
all use the same sort of ratio, 16
Right.
by 9.
Yeah, I want to say most people don't have an ultra wide monitor.
It's true.
yeah, they're
think-
becoming more popular.
You guys
Yes.
both have one, right?
My stream actually, you can see it in Twitch. It's a little bit, it's bigger. Like the
It's-
output is
it's
actually, they
widescreen?
actually, yeah,
Yeah,
It
because they
outputs
probably
correctly.
support widescreen.
that's kind of cool.
24 by 9.
Good thing you didn't constrain it anymore. You
Right.
let it loose.
That was really bad. I didn't even notice till you said that.
I
was
told
like,
no. I said it
really?
in 3 separate streams. Like Peter told Tony one day.
Yeah.
That's like, yo, Tony, your output looks weird. And then I think maybe you might have not seen my comment or something because you never responded. You were just playing the game. And
Yeah,
then
probably.
and then the most recent time when I was like, Tony, you need to fix your fucking output. Like Kongsley and them were in, and I'm like, yeah, this guy, what's wrong with this? Why does he look so square? This game looks a little strange, man. So yeah, but I'm glad that you got it fixed.
Yeah. I think it's because I was playing competitive and I wasn't looking at anything except the game
That's
because I
fair.
wanted to win.
In the zone. Auto zone.
It's been working for me.
It's good.
So
It's good.
AutoZone has.
yeah, being in the auto.
I saw you
competitive
make
zone.
some pretty good plays.
I get them from time to time.
Yeah. I do remember specifically saying, "Ooh, that's spicy."
Yeah.
So it must have been good.
Spicy. So I did that. I'm actually really liking making YouTube content. I might do that over streaming, to be honest. I think it's easier because you can do it in
Edit
multiple
it.
takes and edit it. Yeah, it's not
And also, you're not like paying attention to an audience,
right. Or having to pretend that you have one.
or it's like even then, it's like as a streamer, you want to be constantly talking,
Exactly.
but you don't. That there's different demands. So yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good.
There's a couple of games that I got that I want to do some let's plays of. Maybe I'll put it on ours. I don't know. You take a look at it. Coming up this weekend. Well, that'll be for next week. So we'll talk about that.
All right, fair enough.
Fantastic.
Really
All
wraps
right,
it up.
sounds great.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Just
Streaming.
streaming,
Work.
making content, work. I've been working out, but at home.
You do look thicker in a good
Yeah.
way. Double C.
Do you have dumbbells or something?
I do.
Do
Because
you have a
I
bench too, or
I'm just staying up too late playing games, so I'm not getting up early enough to go to the gym. So while I'm working in between, like if I have some rest break or something, I'll just pick up the weights and do stuff.
Some cardiovasculars. No,
Yeah.
just weight training
Just
mostly.
weights,
Yeah, nice.
which in turn kind of does some cardio, depending on how fast you transition between.
Just Like how long
workouts.
your breaks are.
Yeah,
just 1 2 1 2 1 2 1?
like if you do a circuit, let's say like 20 reps of biceps, and then you take a 5-second break and go into shoulders. Then take a 5-second break and do like.
I want to say the harder you breathe, the more likely it is you're doing some cardiovascular work.
Yeah, you can definitely do cardio weight training,
Yeah, definitely.
but
CrossFit.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, CrossFit.
It's a little different, I want to say.
I would never try that. Just-
Me neither. Most of I know a lot of friends that have actually injured themselves from CrossFit. Not that I'm saying CrossFit itself is necessarily bad, but
It's because you want to do all these moves really fast when they're meant to be in perfect form, so you don't hurt yourself. So when you rip that barbell up and do a clean and jerk in like 2 seconds,
clean and jerk.
You clean and jerk your neck
clean
in the
and,
wrong
clean and
spot.
jerk your shoulder and back out. Yeah,
I don't know. That's okay.
no, clean and jerk is what it's
I
called.
know. I'm just saying it's like I don't know if you want to clean and jerk your back out. That sounds
Yeah,
like
no, you
Oh,
do not.
yeah.
it doesn't sound exactly like
I would not recommend doing that.
Yeah.
Ripping your muscles is not great.
Well, I mean, in little bits it is, because that's.
Well, that's
Yeah,
that
that's-
is what weight training is. Weight training.
But you don't want to tear a lot at once.
Fine.
we
Don't
just
tear
we need
your muscles.
we need manageable muscle tear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, recoverable at least.
There you go.
Are you taking protein too?
Not really.
Oh well, it does look like you're filling out.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Since we have a fitting to do soon.
Yeah, I don't know when that's happening, but it's happening.
August probably.
Well, probably sooner. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will.
We're gonna look good.
That's offline. But yeah,
Can-
we will look good online and
I
offline.
do want to do some sort of like photo shoot though, for sure. I don't know.
Of the
When we
bros.
have all of us
Yeah,
dressed up.
Yeah, we're all suited up. So
I mean,
Literally.
we are actually taking pictures the day of anyway.
okay, I need to put something on my Tinder, so it's like it's pretty important.
So you want to wait till October?
So you with a bunch of dudes, all dressed nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and take solo shots, and you guys are gonna keep butting in. It's like, what'd you do over here, Peter? Try to take a solo shot? I'm gonna be like, I'm not going to this wedding anymore.
Well.
It's like, but you're already here.
Yep.
Well, you lost a groomsman, Tony.
Wait, do people typically take the wedding photos the day of or the day before?
Day of.
Yeah.
Day of? Okay.
You
Engagement
can-
photos are something else.
Well, yeah, but I don't think we're gonna be part of that, right?
No.
I would hope
It's
not.
like me and Matt are just in the corner, like throwing the peace signs, like, yeah, they're getting fucking married, bitch.
Just mooning the camera.
Oh yeah.
Well, do you have a hairy ass?
That's a personal question.
Okay, because I don't. And I sometimes wonder how that feels to have a hairy ass.
That
Like,
feels-
do you feel the hair on your
feels
ass?
normal.
Does it feel normal? So you have a hairy ass.
I mean,
I am a male, Italian Czech. So
Yeah, because as an Asian male, like, you know, I don't have much body hair to speak of, so I just wonder if it's like uncomfortable sometimes. Does your butt
you
sweat?
cannot feel it.
Does your butt
like,
sweat more? Does it sweat less?
Well, think of it this way: you have hair on your head, right?
Yes.
Do you feel your hair?
Well, the thing is, I feel the hair on my head when I have a hat on.
Sure, but you don't wear a hat normally. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
saying
don't, but-
normally.
Okay.
Do you feel the hair on your head?
No.
Then that's kind of how it would be for anyone that's always had
Actually,
hair
it depends
there.
on how long my hair is. But I guess that would also depend on how long the hairs on your ass are as well.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure if you needed to, if you need to
If it's
trim
like a
your
head of
ass
hair.
hair,
But I mean, Tony, don't you have like a pretty hairy chest?
Yeah, but that's not.
Doesn't get like
It does
uncomfortable?
not. No,
unless you're
I don't
wearing
know.
like really tight stuff,
Okay.
it's not going to really do anything.
I don't notice at all.
These are genuine questions as coming from someone that does not have hair all over his body.
Yeah, I think like swimmers and stuff, they shave themselves because of aerodynamics
Well, I'm
or hydrodynamics.
I came
should
out-
say.
I was born aerodynamic, baby, and I've been that way for a long time. I would even say that my legs are actually hairier than the typical Asian, but even then, it's less hair than like the average person. You know what I mean? So I got some hair there, but it's not.
That's like peach fuzz.
Yeah, well, compared to you, you're half Mexican, and we got like an Italian over here.
Well, he's got some Robin Williams arms right over there, man.
Not-
I feel like I've seen worse.
his hands were like as hairy as his arms.
No, I'm saying your arms, man.
Yeah, like if I'm looking at my arms, I definitely got like the peach fuzz, wispy bullshit.
I'm saying Tony. If you look at like his upper arms, he looks like a white tone. You look at his lower arms, he looks tanner because he has hair there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's literally the shading of the fur on his arm.
Yeah.
Not fur. I'd be sorry, hair on his arm.
It's fur.
It is fur.
What is the distinction?
Not really a distinction. It's just where it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's on your
there
body, it's
probably
fur.
is.
If you cut your hair, it's all of a sudden hair because it's not on your body.
Well, I mean, you don't say fur cut. You know, like you don't say the fur on my head. I feel like fur has to do more with animals. I want to say.
I mean, we are animals.
I mean, like
I don't know if there's like a technical difference between just hair and fur.
Because you could
Maybe
say
it's just-
animal hair.
Yeah, you could say animal hair, but I think it's like maybe the density of it
okay.
that could
Or
make it
dander.
fur.
You're a dander. I like saying
So
dander.
so like
Dander.
your head could technically be fur. You know,
I don't like the direction
facial
that this
hair could be
conversation is
fur.
going.
We got into how my week went to hairy asses.
That is how my
To-
week. That is how my week went.
To,
What can I
my
say?
head fur or hair?
Is my head a sandwich?
course it is.
100% is. Yeah.
So that's my week.
Nice.
Hairy asses and all.
Well, anyway, I'm actually going to be going to Canada, Toronto, in like just over a week.
Nice.
And then I'll be there for a week to see
Nice.
friends. And then I realized that I don't know what there is to do in Toronto.
Just-
I mean,
Get poutine everywhere you can.
Have you been to Poutine?
have you been to poutine?
Okay, if I had no idea what Poutine is, I would totally believe that Poutine is like the name of a city.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Like, have you been to the capital, Poutine?
No.
Okay, have you
No, I
had
have
poutine?
not.
Because I've never had
Oh
poutine.
God, yeah, it's
I've had
delicious.
poutine.
I heard the cheese is different.
It's cheese curds. It's not just like American cheese, melted cheese, anything like that. It's
Yeah, I haven't had
it's cheese
Canadian
curds.
So
poutine.
curds aren't. So what's like? Is it textural?
yeah, it's a little more chewy. I want to say
Like gum?
no, like more of a mozzarella kind of chewy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, curds is like the
It comes with
It's what boils off.
the
of-
curds is the fat that's left over from the cheese.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know-
That doesn't give me much of a flavor textural.
I would say,
But I
that
think you
it's-
saying it's like mozzarella kind of
it's-
gives me.
It's sort of the chewiness of mozzarella, maybe a little bit chewier,
Uh-huh.
and then like the texture almost of like a cottage cheese.
Oh God.
Well, like shape wise,
But like
but
melted.
again,
Oh.
mouth
like appearance wise.
like mouthfeel wise, it's going to be more like mozzarella.
Is
but
it
like,
good though? Is poutine good?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's,
it's
delicious.
really hard to go wrong when the basic ingredients are French fries, gravy,
Yeah.
and cheese.
Because literally, when I think of Canada, all I think of is poutine and maple syrup, like and Tim Hortons, I guess. And Tim Tams, is that?
Tim Tams.
No, wait, that's Australia.
That's Australia.
That's Australia. Never mind. Yeah, Tim Hortons.
I mean, those are probably the three things that most foreigners would know about, at least in the United States, going to Canada.
So is there anything you guys know about Canada that I would need to partake in? I know that not to fuck with a moose because a moose will fuck up
the
your
moose,
day.
Moose will really mess you up.
It
You
can be very cold. I don't know about now.
I don't think it will be now. I'll probably pack like one sweater.
It'll still
but
be pretty cold.
I've never been to Canada, so I can't.
My
Really speak.
Canadian friends say it should not be very cold.
well,
But as a
they're from
California,
Canada.
yeah, that's true. We are Californians.
If it's like 60 degrees, they're living in heaven. But here it's like, burr, I got to put on a jacket.
Okay, well, all right, I'll bring a jacket.
I wouldn't anyway. Maybe if you go out at night, it might not be.
You can
Nipples
see,
out.
You
Yeah.
can go see the falls if you have a chance.
Is that in Canada?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls is in Canada? I did not know that.
It's like right on the border.
For some reason, I thought of it as like in Michigan or something.
It's really close.
Oh, okay. So I'm not like too far
No.
off geographic.
Geographically. I see you have a British accent now.
Indubitably. Yes, let me put out my monocle.
But you can see the falls. Maybe, well, you're going to Toronto specifically.
Yeah.
That's not more in the. That's not in the middle, is it? It's
No,
more
it's like-
down.
It's like Maine-ish, like northwest of
I honestly
Maine.
have no fucking clue. I thought Toronto and Vancouver were close to each other, but apparently that's like it's a 5-hour flight between the two cities or something like that. So
Yeah.
Oh, so like
pretty far.
California to East Coast.
Yeah, pretty far. So yeah,
Well, Canada's also wider at the
Freaking
base.
giant.
yeah,
Than,
it's humongous. So like when it says it's America's hat, it's more like America's like turtleneck or something. It's like huge because the head would be like Alaska.
and America is the pot belly sticking out of the turtleneck.
That makes a lot of sense because Florida is the penis.
I still don't get why we own Alaska.
Isn't it obvious,
oil?
Tony?
I thought it was oil, right?
I mean, that's
It makes sense
definitely
why
part
we
of it.
bought
Like
it.
their natural resources, right?
I mean,
It makes sense why we bought it, but why? It's all the way freaking up there.
we still have territories
That's true.
in the states that we just apparently don't care about.
Well, that's the American way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I
To
mean,
not care about.
other than preparing
anything.
for Canada and just trying to figure out what exactly I want to do there, and like, not a super eventful week.
Wow, we
And
all had really exciting weeks.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of uneventful weeks,
Oh boy,
let's get into the news.
John Cena. John Cena.
Just
Came out of
funny.
nowhere.
It's funny because like I don't know anything about wrestling, but I know John Cena's theme music
That's all you need to
specifically
know.
from that meme. So, but yeah, we're gonna go into news. You guys ready?
Gaming
I think
news.
so.
Yeah. All right. So there's not much. We only have 2 pieces for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's just that's how it goes.
yeah, pretty
We'll have
much.
a lot to talk about next week.
So first off,
yeah.
have you guys heard of Bad Robot?
Hold on. Is it that studio with the robot that's bad?
And it's red.
Yes.
The yellow.
The one that runs in the fields
Yeah.
before the Star Trek film starts.
Yeah. That's not the right.
That's Star Wars.
No. They have kind of like a menacing soundtrack thing.
Yeah, but
No,
that's Star
no,
Wars.
I did the other way. Yeah. No, I'm serious. They have something like that.
All right, we're gonna have to confirm this, but okay, go on.
Oh, there's
Sorry.
like, or maybe it might have been something like that. Whatever. They had what Star Trek film doesn't start with a menacing soundtrack? Whatever. So yeah, Bad Robot is actually going to be starting their own division solely dedicated to the development of video games. Hooray!
I can see that might be good.
it's very interesting.
So they are going to be partnering with Tencent,
oh,
and also they are being invested in by Warner Brothers.
that's promising.
And they're basically their statement was that they're going to be developing both console, PC, or not both, console, PC, and mobile games.
That's probably where Tencent's taking part mostly.
Yes,
The mobile games?
So Tencent said that,
Gachapons.
so Tencent's
God.
involvement in this as well is that they're going to be the sole distributor of games within Asia for these games.
I mean,
So-
Tencent's giant.
Yeah.
So
Aren't they the biggest?
Yeah,
they're the biggest company almost in the world.
I think that-
biggest for video games in the world.
Yes, I think most profitable video game related like investment firm, something like that.
In the world for video games, they
Yeah.
are the biggest. Pretty much that's all you need to know.
They both
They're
have
huge.
they have stake in both Fortnite and PUBG.
Which
One of
is
which is suing
interesting.
the other. So
That's going to be an interesting.
yeah. Well, anyway,
It's like the dad watching the 2 kids fight and trying to push them away from each other. Maybe that'll be the outcome of it.
so I'm just kind of curious
But
with
Tencent
Bad
will be the
Robot if they're going to be releasing any games related to the movies that they release, because
They don't have a great number of movies that are good for video games, in my opinion. They only have a couple.
It's possible. I mean, like, okay, so they have another Mission Impossible movie coming out.
Sure.
And I could see a decent Mission Impossible game.
Yeah, that's one series I can see working.
Star
as-
Trek.
Then Star Trek.
But I don't know if Bad Robot has the rights to make a Star Trek game.
Well, the studio had the right to make the movies, but I think what's interesting is that Warner Brothers is partnering with them.
Yes.
And Warner Brothers has a lot of properties that are very interesting.
Batman.
Yeah.
One of which being the DC universe.
Here's the thing. I don't actually know if they're partnered, but I definitely know that Warner Brothers is an investor.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly if that means that they're going to be like, hey, you could use our IPs for your games.
They'll probably be more buddy-buddy with them at the very
Yeah, I'm
least.
assuming that if you're investing in a company that's making video games, you're more likely to give them licenses to your properties to make games out of.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to make a guess as to what kind of game Bad Robot's going to make first, if they do, it's probably going to be,
A mobile game.
well, I'm just talking this genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be an action science fiction game.
Battle
Just-
Royale.
That'd be,
I-
all right, sure.
Battle Royale. Star Trek.
100 Space Marines land inside of a...
Warhammer Battle Royale.
Oh, I would fucking play that game. Holy shit.
If you were like orcs and elves and all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
40K more. I'm more interested in the
40K?
sci-fi,
Okay.
yeah. Like, imagine if, like, 100 Space Marines land on a derelict space station and you fight it out on it.
And you land in pods instead of having to parachute down.
Oh,
You just, like, aim and then they shoot you down.
I am erect. Yes. I love the 40K universe. Like, I love the themes
Yeah.
and then the
The
direction.
visual style and all that.
just- Yes.
I would actually really like it if they made like a fantasy version of a battle royale. I think
that
that'd
would be cool
interesting.
too. That would be cool
Yeah.
too. Speaking of which,
Like Star Wars.
this is
Battle
not really
Royale.
news, but Hi-Rez is releasing a game called Realm Royale. They released a game recently on Steam called Realm Royale for PC, and it's a free-to-play game, and it's basically going to be a battle royale game. But their kind of spin on it is that there's going to be heroes, and there's heroes and classes, and you like kind of customize your character. I'm not sure. I haven't played it myself yet, but I don't know if whether you customize your character before you drop or if like you pick up abilities as you go. So
It's an interesting concept, that one.
Mhm.
I feel like classes and strengths and weaknesses to characters in a battle royale is an interesting take on it,
Mm-hmm.
because the two big ones that are out now is everyone's sort of on equal ground.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has an equal chance of getting a weapon, so on and so forth. But like, let's say you're a tank character dropping into battle royale,
Mm-hmm.
you might be able to take a few more shots and have a better chance of getting a weapon, but you might be slower. Like, who knows? That's
Yeah.
an interesting take.
It's a game. I installed
Curious.
it recently. I'm probably going to try it out later.
Getting back to Bad Robot, though,
Mm-hmm.
I think again, or science fiction action game, whether it's mobile first or other platforms first, probably mobile, just because I think time wise it's an easier investment, and in order to get the profit going so that they can develop bigger things, mobile might be their first move.
Yeah.
At least that's how I see
I would
it.
say, like, I think mobile games are just typically extremely profitable.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Um,
should be surprised, but people are still buying mobile games. Buying.
No, well, playing free to play and then buying things in the mobile games.
But also buying. Like $7, $10 games. Like there are some
well,
top,
some of them are
top paid
decent
games
if you
on there.
look for it.
Yeah.
Well,
iPad has
for the
some-
most part, I've seen, like, especially on the Google Play Store, if you look for top paid apps,
They're
it's
all
not
the free
No,
apps,
no, no.
right?
No, that's top grossing. Top
Oh.
paid, like people pay for them. None of them are games.
They're
all like life
utilities
stuff and utilities and business
Okay, yeah.
tools. None of them are games. You go to top grossing, it's games that are free.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works, huh?
Top grossing.
And Clash Royale.
God.
It's almost as if they build in like addictive gambling.
Targeted
Bullshittery.
towards potentially children.
Yeah, potentially children.
Potentially.
I am
Yeah.
definitely susceptible to that bullshit because I love opening boxes of loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is an excitement there.
Oh yeah.
Always.
You always get a little bit of that dopamine, that adrenaline going.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
Mhm.
am I
If
gonna
you-
get
you
it? Am I
see
gonna
that-
get it? Yes.
You see that epic loot coming down, you're like, oh yeah, and then you want to
Yes.
open another one, but
And I love
Yeah.
how they do like almost. There's like a ton of them that do like some kind of like casino slot machine style thing where it
Oh,
makes it look
God.
like, oh, you were this close to
Mhm.
a legendary item, but you didn't get it.
oh yeah.
Yep.
It's sort of like in Hearthstone when it's rolling that thing and then it always finds a worthy opponent.
Yeah, but this is like
Yeah.
100 times worse. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for news from me. Do you guys have anything?
Well,
you
there
guys-
was one more thing, wasn't there? I thought there was one more.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
This one's hot off
of life.
hot off the press. So basically, do you guys know what OP Skins is?
It is a skins website.
Yes. Do you
Was
guys
it
know
for CS:GO?
I think they
OP?
do it for multiple video games.
Okay.
But like I think pretty much they like to
don't
sell things that you would typically be able to sell on the Steam marketplace.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Valve basically enforces like a 7-day hold on all trades on the Steam marketplace. And the problem is that's basically to like fend off like hackers, botters, etc. Right? Basically malicious internet behavior.
Correct.
Makes sense.
And OP Skins recently announced the launch of something called Express Trade, which basically allows for people to trade instantaneously. I'm not exactly sure on the details of it, but basically it's a quote unquote free to use service which allows you to trade things basically instantaneously. How they would actually go about like circumventing Steam's own like, preventative measures for that, I'm not 100% sure. My guess would be that your inventory is given to a bot. The bot trades something of a very similar quality. Like basically, let's say you trade in your nice AK or your nice AK skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bot itself wouldn't transfer that exact AK that you gave them to the other person, but they would give an AK of the same skin of the same quality to that person because it's already,
It already has them.
yeah, it already has them and it's not restricted by the trade hold.
That's I don't know. Like, I don't know how it works in general
Mhm.
Yeah,
because I haven't
no
traded
comment on
things
this at all.
on
Yeah,
on
I'm
Steam
not even following what you're saying.
Workplace.
Because I did some Steam betting, like I did some CS:GO betting, like I used to gamble on games and stuff with skins. And what would happen is you bet skins on the game, you deposit your skins through a bot into their like system, right? And if you won a game, you would get those skins back plus whatever
the other person had bet.
plus like whatever amount prize that you won. The thing that I noticed that is I would not get my exact skins back. Like I remember I
It'd
would
be like from different sources kind of a thing.
No, it's like the only reason why I knew it wasn't the same exact thing that I gave him was because there was a time when I put a AK skin on the line,
Mm-hmm.
and when I got that same AK skin back, there was a sticker on it.
Oh,
So like it just means that someone else put this up as a
previously
bet, and then like I got that person's version of the skin that I bet. You know what I mean?
got it.
So like I'm not exactly sure how that works and why it works like as it does, but from my assumption is that they had this huge backlog of skins, like skinned items, and that they're basically distributing the equivalent to other people to circumvent the hold. That would be my guess.
That's such I don't know. Like I felt like the whole skin trading, skin gambling thing, for a while they were really cracking down on that. And
Yes.
they
Is
had
it-
stopped a lot of it from happening. So I'm a little surprised that sites like this even honestly still exist.
No, so like the gambling sites pretty much died.
Yeah.
Straight up. But in terms of selling skins, I feel like Valve didn't really do much in that regard until OP Skins made this announcement that they're launching Express Trade because this is the full press release that they, or not press release, but it's kind of weird because they actually posted a tweet message that they sent to OP Skins. Like,
All right. Well,
yeah, but
let's
I'll read the whole
this
thing.
out.
So, for the last 2 years, Valve has enforced our Steam subscriber agreement terms as described in this post. Okay, I'm not going to, whatever. In March 2018, we applied a 7-day trade cooldown to CSGO trades to fight fraud and misuse of Steam accounts. On June 6th, OP Skins launched Express Trade, which uses Valve intellectual property and violates our Steam subscriber agreement and is already being used by other businesses to avoid Valve policies. Today, we messaged OP Skins to cease using Valve intellectual property. We also notified them that we will lock OP Skins Steam accounts by June 21st, 2018. And then they posted a screenshot of the message that they sent to OP Skins, which says, "Hello, I am a lawyer at Valve. Your service, OP Skins Express Trade, uses Valve's intellectual property and violates the Steam subscriber agreement. Valve has 2 demands for OP Skins. 1. Immediately cease use of all Valve intellectual property, including trademarks, gun models, and images from the game CSGO in OP Skins Express Trade, and any promotions for OP Skins in any media. Number 2, no later than June 21st, 2018, cease use of Valve intellectual property, including trademarks, gun models, and images from the game CSGO on any OP Skins property or media. OP Skins is using Steam accounts for commercial purposes in violation of the Steam subscriber agreement. Valve will disable OP Skins Steam accounts associated with trade on Steam by June 21st, 2018. You should resolve any obligations to OP Skin users prior to that. Liam Lavery, Valve Corporation.
I mean,
So first of all, it's extremely bizarre that they posted their evidence of the takedown notice, more or less, in the form of a tweet message.
I mean, they're being open about it with people, so that they can't turn around and tweet something like Valve is shutting us down unfairly. So I mean,
No, it's just funny, because like when you see like a C&D, you typically think of like, oh, this like very formal letter that they sent or something. It's like, meaning like it's an actual letter,
It probably was. They just put it in that format to be shared around.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that they did it the wrong way. It's just funny that their form of evidence that they contacted them was in the form of a tweet, more or less. So yeah,
sound the public, can't erase it.
This should
It's
have
on
been
the
a Comic
internet.
Sans.
but yeah, here's the response from OP Skins. While Valve says that the reason is Express Trade, we expect that this is yet another effort from Valve to drive sales to Steam community market. Express Trade is a non-commercial use of Steam bots since it is free, designed to benefit the community by allowing free and instant trade among friends. We understand that Valve has an interest in driving sales to SCM, however, customers have clearly shown that as their choice to use OP Skins instead. SCM charges 15% commission, we charge 5 to 10% on commission on item sales, not Express Trade, which is free. SCM has a maximum trade price of $2,000, thus preventing certain items from trading at their actual value. But OP Skins has no price cap. SCM does not allow cash outs. OP Skins has offered this since day one. OP Skins has 24/7, 365-day customer support with an average response time of less than 5 minutes. So, first thing I have to say is, if they think that this free service is not going to be used for any commercial reasons, they are completely and utterly out of their fucking minds.
Yeah, quite honestly, saying that it's completely free and it's not used for commercial reasoning, then how are you in business?
Yeah, like here's the thing. If I actually want to trade with friends, a 7-day hold is not going to be the end of the fucking world. No. The reason why I would want there to be instantaneous trade is because I want instantaneous money.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like if the money cap thing is interesting. First off, I don't think any cosmetic skin in the game is worth more than like $20. Just I know that they're rare, but it's an artificial rareness.
Yeah, it is a value that has been added to it by us. Like, it is a value that we ourselves placed onto it. It's
like real money.
It's literally pixels on a screen. It's not worth anything, actually.
Yeah.
Neither
so
is real money.
For me personally, I would never use this service anyways because I don't give a shit about the monetary value of any of these things.
But yeah, let's say even if you did like want to trade me something, I could wait 7 fucking days.
Yeah.
Like, we're friends.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if I'm selling something to you, I would want you to get the item immediately, and I would want to get my money immediately.
Yeah.
A business transaction probably dies on a delay of 7 days. So
Potentially.
well, for sales, like per purchase sales, I think yes. Because imagine if you went to the supermarket and you had to wait 7 days to like pay for like your food or whatever groceries you're buying.
Well, that's a completely different.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, people don't want to wait for like business transactions.
Sure. I don't know. The whole skin trading thing, like Valve brought it upon themselves for one thing, with all of the hats and all the stuff in TF2 and then CS:GO, and even Dota to a degree. Like, I don't know. I just think this whole thing's crazy.
I think loot boxes in general are kind of a scummy practice. I feel like that's probably a stance that we've been kind of sticking by for a pretty long time. But I mean, like, it also does open up like more things. Like, for example, like when Artifact comes out for Steam, like, at least we're gonna be able to do shit with the cards that we don't want. Unlike Hearthstone, where if you get duplicates or shit and stuff like that, like, it's literally fucking useless.
Yes.
Rip that fidget spinner, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine.
Rip it.
But
Hold on, wait.
yeah, like, I just feel like they're just that response is totally like they're bitter. You could tell they're bitter. They're trying to be like, yeah, it's not because like it's like no, they just want the money for themselves, which may be true.
Even if it's true, they have the right to
they're
do
fully
that.
within their rights to do that. And also, let's be real, the reason why you have the service available is to make money one way or another.
Exactly.
And Valve is already saying that this like new service is being abused by not people but like other probably websites.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like I like how they kind of jabbed at Valve for their customer support there at the end a little bit. So
Except doesn't Valve have decent customer support?
no, they don't. They have terrible customer support. Their
guess I've never-
their automated return system is good to a degree.
But the in-person returns or anything like that is not very great.
Yeah, actually trying to contact a human is abysmal. It took me 2 weeks to get in contact with someone over like a issue that I had once. So, but yeah, I thought that would be interesting. I think this is kind of the death knell of that website, though.
Honestly, I think anything involving that doesn't really need to exist. I mean, obviously, this is me, someone that doesn't give a shit about these items. There are people that are like addicted to these items, which is another problem. Addiction via cosmetic items in random loot boxes. Imagine that. But like this site trying to get around the whole 7-day wait period, and Valve being like, no, that's fine. Like that's their right. They're allowed to do that.
I think a website dedicated to buying and selling skins in itself is not a bad thing, but I think they kind of flew too close to the sun with this new service, and now they're getting cracked down upon, for sure.
Oh well.
All right, and that's pretty much it for news. You guys need to take a break before we go on to the next segment?
No, I'm good.
Do you want to power through?
We can.
Let's power through. All right, guys, we're going to go into the next segment, which is games. We may or may not have definitely played. We've definitely played these games. All right, let's talk about games we played.
All right.
All right, Matt. Did you play any games this week?
So, in a couple words, not really.
Okay.
So I played a little bit of Donkey Kong Country Freeze or Donkey Kong Country Jungle Freeze. I get that name wrong.
Donkey Kong Jungle Country
It's a long
Freeze.
title. It's not a short title.
Yeah. So the new Donkey Kong game, well, not new, the re-released Donkey Kong game on the Switch. God, it's just
All right, we're going to edit this in post, right, Tony?
No.
Okay,
absolutely
great.
not. Leave
Absolutely
it in.
perfect.
Leave this in. I deserve it.
Damn.
I'm only on
That's
world.
so harsh.
I'm on world 2, but I'm playing on Donkey Kong mode. And Tony was watching me play,
Yes.
and didn't do a whole lot.
Is it fucking hard?
I wouldn't say it's fucking hard. I need to get the mechanic of the level down,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But once I do, it's
Again, it's
not
the
hard.
Dark Souls of Donkey Kong.
Oh my god.
Everything's the Dark Souls of everything.
I gotta
think.
say, I've definitely been I've definitely kind of committed the sin of calling a game the Dark Souls of something. But when I hear it, it kind of grinds on the ears a little bit.
But it's also true
I
because
would
they
just-
created this thing.
No, okay. Saying something is the Dark Souls of something, right? Well, Dark Souls is just the Castlevania of 3D fighting stuff. Because Castlevania was fucking hard,
Okay,
right?
let's.
Like we can go back further and further. It's the Pong of whatever.
Okay,
you
I think we can stop with the reductionist theories and such. Everything's a
But that's-
sandwich. Move
Okay,
on.
so that's
No,
it.
but
Donkey
this-
Kong Country is the Pong of Donkey Kongs.
But okay, so basically, when someone says it's the Dark Souls or something, all they're saying is it's difficult.
No, it's
That's-
the
It's
probably.
difficult. That's
But
what it is.
I think they're more alluding to the fact that you're told nothing and have to figure out how to beat it by dying a million
so.
times.
It's difficult.
But I feel like platformers have been like that
Forever.
Yeah.
But even before, I think when someone
Mega Man.
when someone calls something the Dark Souls
Mega
or
Man.
something, I think it's more talking about like, first of all, extreme difficulty, right?
Yeah.
Also, the fact that you play something repeatedly to learn, I think,
Gameplay,
combat mechanics,
typically, yeah.
right? Holy shit! Everything is just a platformer, basically, right? Like everything is like,
well, not a platformer, but
or like everything is the Dark Souls is the I don't know, because like that could
the
pretty
Mega
much
Man of-
that could pretty much describe like
well, it's level of difficulty, ability to learn and get better at what you're doing, and then like a little bit of bullshit. That's like the Dark Souls formula, right? Like in a nutshell. Would you
but I
agree
feel
with
like but I feel like I would almost attribute that to like a ton of
Like
old
any
school
game.
Oh, yeah.
games.
Yeah, I know.
So
You ever-
like I
like
feel
original
like
Mega Man? Fuck,
Yeah,
man, that
we're
game
basically
was.
proving his point.
I feel like there's something about Dark Souls though that's specific to Dark Souls.
Well, I think it's just mainstream. is the thing.
Okay.
Right. So like there are plenty of games that were like Dark Souls before Dark Souls.
Well, there's
But
Demon
this
Souls.
one was,
Maybe it's like the
first off, again, shh. I don't care. But there are games before Dark Souls that did things like Dark Souls. Right. It's just Dark Souls was mainstream, and it was mainstream because it was hard and people had trouble beating it. Right. So that's why it became a thing. So Dark Souls, you had to get good. Get good didn't really, I mean, it existed before, but once Dark Souls came out, that is when
Yep.
you needed to get good, right? So that's what I'm saying is
yeah.
that
I guess so. I guess for Dark Souls, like what made it stand out really was just how fucking hard it was. I think that's really right.
well there yeah.
But again,
There's-
there are a million games that are
No,
fucking hard.
But like, I feel like before Dark Souls, most like kind of combat-y, like action type hack and slash games were like kind of like God of War in like
there was one on the Xbox. It was like a ninja one,
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
But then that game also was considered bullshit. But I guess that game just didn't hit the mainstream the way Dark Souls did.
Exactly.
Otherwise, a lot of people have been like, "This is the Ninja Gaiden of such and such." So
yeah, and like anytime someone says it's the Dark Souls of something, I'm gonna say 80 to 90% of the time they're just saying it's a difficult game.
it's fucking
Yeah.
hard. Yeah.
Other than that, I actually did play one other thing, and I remember now, because a new character came out in League of Legends who was a support, and I put that with heavy air quotes because he's an assassin that when he kills people, he gives all the gold to someone else who was assisting him. That's the way he supports.
So he's like that support item.
So he
as
just
a-
gives money
as
to
his own
people.
hero.
That's his support. That's
So when he ults someone and they die, whoever was involved in the kill other than him gets full credit for it. He doesn't.
Oh,
he-
so they get the whole.
He gets
was
the
it 350
kill,
gold or
but
something?
they get the gold, and he only gets assist gold. So that's his support.
So basically,
unquote.
he's a prostitute and gives all his money to the 80 carry pimp.
Yeah.
or anyone else and everyone else.
But so
Wait, so let's say like the whole team participated in a fight and got a kill. They would all get full gold for that kill?
I think it's the last person that participated in the kill with him gets the full credit.
Because I was going to say, like, that would...
Yeah, that would completely snowball.
Yeah.
Well, I
game.
remember I was playing a game and a friend of mine was playing as that new support character,
What's his name? Pike or something?
Pike. Yeah,
Okay.
which again, he's not a support.
Like his...
but
yeah.
but we were fighting together a lot, and he would just ult and kill people, and all of a sudden I just had a butt ton of gold. So I was like fully built halfway into the game, and the other team had like 2 items total, and I was just like, well, I guess I win, and just steamrolled everybody.
Fair and balanced.
So I mean,
such is the League of Legends way.
This always happens when they release someone new.
well, yeah, so League of Legends has a history of one of 2 things when something's released: either A, it's stupidly overpowered,
Yeah,
or B,
absolutely garbage.
It's useless. Yeah, like Lee Sin was useless on release. Yasuo is still stupid even after release. Like, there's lots of characters.
I
that
want to
just
say
sit there.
that the useless on release has not been the case for a while. I want to say most
Correct,
characters
yeah.
were...
Oh, they're already looking to nerf Pike.
Yeah. I want to say that most of the time, like, you know, it'll, at a certain point, it kind of looks purposeful, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
they release, like...
Well, they don't have like a test server like a lot of these games have
do they
now.
not?
I thought they.
I
No,
thought
they have a test
They
environment.
have a PTR.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
I'm-
They have PTR.
I'm almost certain they have a PTR.
But the thing is,
You have to be invited to it, I think, though, right?
Yeah, you have to have access to it, which is not like Overwatch where everyone can get in it.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they get new hero gets released, right?
New hero,
And it's super fucking strong for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Everyone gobbles that shit up, buys them up, and then,
Yep, then they
nerf
nerf
City.
it to shit actually, and then they become horrible, and then they rework them. Later.
I just think it's ridiculous how League of Legends has so many more heroes than Dota now, but then they have a far
less balance.
less balance. But like, I mean, in terms of balance, you can just look at the pick rates of the characters in like professional tournaments. Because I want to say that in the last Dota 2 tournament, the vast majority, like upwards of the 90 percentile of the characters available were picked at least once. While in League of Legends, I want to say it was like 30 to
It's
40.
at most.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
there's like a meta for each.
in League of
tournament
Legends,
season.
you can't break the meta. That's the thing I'd probably dislike the most about League of Legends is that, you know, there is a meta in Dota 2, but you can do like 1-1-3, you can do 2-1-2, you can do a whole bunch of different kinds of laning situations. You can have someone roaming. You can have someone jungling. And all those things work as long as you make it work in that team. League of Legends, it's 1-1-2 with a jungler. You cannot deviate from that.
I was more talking about the
You could be
character
reported
picks.
for deviating from that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
I feel
ridiculous.
like we talked about this, though.
we
Oh,
did
yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking about character picks. Like there is a
Oh, yeah.
like the pros, they will pick the same. What's on a team? 6, 5?
5.
The same 5, and maybe deviate slightly depending on like.
Well, it's like
I can't
Peter
really comment on, like, I don't watch professional league, but I just remember actually reading a statistic on league where like the pick rate was like pretty low, especially in comparison to Dota 2.
Yeah, it'd
Well,
be like
it's-
Karthus mid, you'd almost always see, or you'd see a Mumu as a jungler, and like that's it. Or sometimes
And,
someone
yeah,
would pick
well, I mean that
like
that
Lee
varied
Sin
season
and-
to season, but yeah, once like the
what
flavor
I
of the
mean.
month
Yeah.
happened,
Yeah, I just
It's
wish
just
I
that
just wish lanes weren't so static in that game.
yeah,
Yeah, we don't have to get too far into it because we talked about it last week.
no,
But
but yeah, so I played that. I will say though there was one game that was very satisfying, and that is I was playing against a Nasus top lane, and Nasus is a kind of character that number one is extremely boring to play against.
right,
Yes.
is he play? Does he have the exact same Q?
Exact
power?
same
Okay.
kit. So he's very boring to play against usually, and
He's fun
if
to
you
play
don't
as.
if you don't kill him
Not even.
a bunch of times, he just becomes a god
Nasus
out of nowhere.
Nasus is only fun to play in ARAM when you go AP and your fucking circle does 1 billion damage.
Yeah. But I saw them pick Nasus, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can beat them as another super simple, super silly character, and I picked Cho'Gath, and I beat the living crap out of that Nasus top.
I feel like Cho'Gath has always been good, but I might be
Yes.
wrong. But I feel like
he's always been solid.
He used to be my favorite character of all time. That's why I got the gentleman skin.
The main problem with him is that he doesn't have any mobility,
yeah.
which is also true about Nasus, which is why I thought, oh, this will probably work.
Didn't they add like rocket jet packs or some shit in that game?
Not in a
Like-
permanent mode.
No. I'm pretty sure there's an item that boosts you forward. I remember
Oh,
playing.
yeah. I mean, boost you forward maybe like 3/4 flash
There's like
distance.
the horn and some stuff.
But
yeah,
it-
but that's
it's-
like it's
But
not
it
bad.
can't put you over walls.
Oh,
it
true.
can't like
It's more for like closing gaps.
yeah. They added some things in the jungle that allow you to get
Yeah, there are these
past that.
bomb
There's
things.
like bomb
The
things.
seeds.
Yeah. But for the most part, there's characters that don't have mobility still don't really have mobility.
Do the new characters typically have some sort of mobility skill?
Oh my god! Every new character has a ton of mobility, except for Zoe. It's like little mage, and even she has a blink. So
Well, there's that.
but yeah.
She gets a blink in the
But
flash.
yeah, beat the ever living crap out of
Ezreal.
Nasus. I killed him 13 times, and then just literally one shot everyone on the other team, and it was great.
with your ult.
Just
What was
just ate
what was
them.
your highest rank in league?
Diamond?
This guy over here.
That was like 5 seasons ago or something ridiculous, or almost 3 years ago. I want to say.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I haven't
That's-
played ranked in about that long either. As well.
Yeah, I haven't played ranked in much of anything lately.
Yeah, I want to
so
say the last time I got ranked was in season 2. Yeah, it was a while ago.
back when the jungle was simple.
Mm.
Anyways, that's what I played this week.
Cool.
All right.
But how about you, Tonester?
I have played a few things. I have
By
a
a
list.
few. Hold on. Do you have exactly 6 things?
No. Very close.
5.
7.
Oh, all right.
I don't know how I had the time for this. So you'll hear some repeats. One being World of Warcraft.
Big surprise.
But see, I'm playing so many other games that I haven't really
You
gone
got bored
up
of
in
it.
level that much.
Oh, okay.
No, not bored. It's just that because of the other games, WoW, you have to sit down.
Yeah,
and,
you haven't spent as much time with this game.
yeah, you have to,
Dedicate
grind.
some time to it.
to
We
get up there.
realized that you had to play games in order to
Exactly.
progress in them.
Right.
No.
But I did get my Death Knight 2 halfway to level 103.
Nice.
So maybe by December, I'll have it at 110. When I've already had the expansion for 4 months.
Cool.
Um,
What else?
so the demo tournament for Mario Tennis Aces came out over the weekend,
Oh, yeah.
and I played a bunch of that. It is super fun.
I feel like Mario Tennis has always been really fun. In fact, I would say that almost all the Mario sports games have been pretty fun.
The Wii U Mario Tennis was very forgettable.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I
didn't even
actually
know they
forgot
made one.
they even had one. Yeah.
so there you go. That's why I said most.
Yeah, this game
That's
is really fun. They have a lot of new mechanics that they brought to it.
Well, because you can like break the other person's racket too, right?
You can break the rackets. It has a durability of like 3 or something.
Yeah, and then if you hit the special hit, it like breaks it in one hit. Something like that.
If you do your ult, basically.
I think there's like a 1 or 2 frame time period where you can block it without damaging your racket. But
but if you're a little bit too early or too late, then it's broken.
Yeah, and then I think you can like slow down time.
Yep.
Yes.
Basically, you build up a meter.
Yeah,
and you could do different things with that meter.
if you fill it up entirely, that's when you get the super.
Yes,
or you can
character-
expend it as it goes, and then
Each character has their own like special return move as well.
It's like a fixed animation, and
you I have overshot the ball like I couldn't even count how many times I missed because I used the special move to get to it and it just went way past the ball.
yeah, you really need to be in like the correct position and the
it's
correct
hard-
timing
it's
to
hard
do it
use.
well.
Yeah,
So, but then if you get it off, you do get a lot of meter off of it. So it's almost like a fighting game.
It really
people
is.
have made that comparison.
Yeah, this is like it's like a Street Fighter feel.
Well, there's like you have to. It's positioning footsies, you can say, if in fighting games terms, and like meter. You have to be careful about meter. You have to watch your opponent's moves in meter. Like, kind of, yeah.
The cool thing about this game, though, is that I might be wrong about this, but but I believe that there is.
But from my
Oh,
understanding,
God damn, there's gonna be a mode where it's more casual, similar to Mario or to like Wii Tennis.
okay,
So
There's also a story mode.
oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
the part I'm excited about
Yes.
actually, which sounds
Um,
weird, but yeah.
God, I know I've said this before, but like Mario Tennis for GBA, the RPG style tennis game, was like my absolute favorite. This campaign does look like it's gonna be a lot of fun, but sometimes I do kind of wish we went back to that RPG format, you know. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the final product will be of this. I mean, I liked it enough to where I pre-ordered it.
it looks
so,
fantastic. I will probably get it.
Yeah.
It looks really good. I'm just gonna wait till it comes out.
Yeah, and I think that's fair.
And any points that you gained through this demo will transfer to your account if you get the game.
That's nice.
You can't uninstall it though.
Until you
Until
actually
you
get the
get the
physical
game.
game.
I know that you do get a special Mario costume if you
Yes.
have the game data from the demo.
Oh,
Yep, there's
Yeah.
that too.
okay.
So
But it's pretty crazy that your rank points or whatever also will carry over.
I don't really care about that. I don't see myself playing this game too much competitively. It's more for just playing against friends or like doing the story mode.
I have to say, some people's internet is not great.
Well, I think most people are using Wi-Fi.
No, I
Yeah.
actually heard a lot of people were complaining about the connection issues in general. So it's possible that their net code is not up to snuff. But
It
I
was a demo.
But I also know that when I was playing that demo Splatfest, the connection issues were pretty bad for Splatoon. And then when it came out for that official release, ran into very few connection
Yeah,
issues.
they probably limited their server resources for this demo,
Mhm.
and they'll probably ramp it up quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's all good.
I mean,
Well, especially
Nintendo's
with
coming
the-
out with a lot of online games.
Especially with the service coming up, it better be pretty decent.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
But it's also probably in part a lot of people playing on Wi-Fi.
Probably.
True.
I want
playing
to
on
say the
Wi-Fi.
Switch's internal Wi-Fi, whatever that is not the greatest.
It's
I've had a problem with
good,
it.
but Wi-Fi is never going to be as reliable as wired.
But like, of course. But at the same time, like I've had issues where like in a room, I'll have my Switch in the same room as the router, and like it will get 2 out of 3 bars for whatever reason.
Yeah, I
What-
mean that's
Yeah, I haven't
more.
Like I'm in the same room as the router. I don't
Yeah.
have a problem.
Well, like even for me here, my Wi-Fi is really strong throughout the house. I have really good up and down speeds, but like it gets choppy.
Yeah.
So I actually have a long Ethernet cable to play certain games, just so I don't.
Oh, do you have the
choppiness.
Ethernet adapter for the Switch?
Yes.
Same as
It's
the
just a
the
USB
Wii U, right?
adapter.
Okay, I need to get one.
Yeah, USB to Ethernet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I need to get one.
They're cheap. They're like
I'm sure they are, but I need to get one.
Yeah.
But what else have you been playing?
played some Overwatch, more
Nice.
competitive.
Speaking of Overwatch, we completely blew over the story, and it's my bad.
Oh,
Symmetra
shoot.
changes, right?
Yeah. So
I actually
I
don't
can-
know anything
Yeah,
about
me
this at
neither.
all.
I can go over the changes.
Yes, please.
So her primary and secondary attacks have been changed. The primary no longer locks anymore. It's just a straight beam. So sort of like
Moira ult.
Well, not Moira ult,
like
but it's not
May,
as
sort
long.
of?
It's
Or
not
like
as long
Moira's-
range. It's more like
Zarya's laser.
it's more like Zarya's laser.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
And it does have the damage ramp up like it did before. So if you're hitting them for a longer period of time,
Oh, but does it have to be hitting them?
it has to be hitting them.
Okay.
I believe it might just be using it, but it does ramp up in damage.
So they're turning her into much more of a skill-based character.
Well, listen to the rest of the changes
Okay.
first, obviously.
Okay.
So second change.
No, I'm done.
The secondary fire used to be something that was slow moving,
The ball.
could go through barriers and all that stuff. It would damage everything in its path. Now it's a much quicker moving orb that you can charge up, and it does a small explosion radius around what it hits.
Does it still pass through stuff? Or
It does not pass through
So it just
anything.
hits and explodes.
It just hits and then explodes. The other thing too is Symmetra's primary fire, if she's hitting a shield, will actually recharge her ammo rather than use ammo.
Oh, so she's an anti-shield operator. Anti-shield character?
So they're going to keep her as a
Sort
support
of.
then?
Well, the rest of her kit is pointing her towards support. So she still has her turrets, but now she can put them she can shoot them in a straight line onto a surface.
That's cool.
So she doesn't have to be standing next to whatever she's putting turrets on. She can look in a spot somewhere a decent distance away, throw her turret there, and it'll go onto whatever it hits.
So there's like way more flexibility in where you could actually put the turrets
Yes, because before you were limited on time. You had to get her out really quick if you wanted to set up turrets and competitive. But now she can just like walk halfway, shoot turrets halfway across wherever she needs to, and then that's it.
Is there like a range indicator about how far you could toss
No,
these turrets?
they go as far as they go. It's just they take time to get there.
And there's no bullet drop?
limit. No.
Okay.
Because it was funny, actually. There was a little video of someone
suck.
on...
To arc it.
there was a video of someone doing this on Oasis, and you know how there's just empty space.
Mm-hmm.
So she just fired it off into empty space towards the planet Earth. And apparently there is a small thing that it can collide with at planet Earth. And so the turrets would actually get stuck
In space?
all the way in space down by Earth.
My God.
And it was hilarious. But so she can only make 3 of them now, back down from 6.
Mm-hmm.
But they do more damage and slow more.
What
make
about,
up for that.
about how much health do they have?
35 instead of 1. So they have a little bit more health. They'll probably take 2 bullets from Soldier, a couple hits from most other characters, 1 hit from like Reinhardt,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Wouldn't that be just still one melee attack?
Yeah,
no,
but
melee is, well, yeah, actually melee is, but you have to melee it, which means you have to go up to this thing that's slowing and damaging you.
That's true.
So
do they have like a ramp up damage thing, or is it just like
no, it's just straight up damage,
Got
and it the slow is actually much more significant.
what about the ults?
Pretty much.
But we're not done yet. So
Oh,
her
wow.
teleport ability is now her E. And what she does is she can place a teleporter, and up to 25 meters away, another teleporter will be created. And it's basically just sort of a shorter range version of her ult. Because the ult was in spawn, there's a teleporter, and wherever she puts it, you teleport to that spot.
Right.
Now she places one, and it's like you can place it, I think, past like walls and stuff. You can make the exit, so you can make you can go both ways as well, and stuff will pass through it both ways.
So it's like a real portal.
So it's like
an
a real
actual portal.
teleporter, and it has less health, and yeah. So it's basically a shorter range version of her ult. what
Is
her
there a
ult used to be.
cooldown?
There is a cooldown. Don't know what it is yet, but people can go both ways. Stuff can go
I bet
into
they
it.
can.
Like Junkrat can send his tire through the teleporter and it'll come out the other side.
Wait, can you shoot like fire rockets into it then?
I think so.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Can you
so,
charge as Reinhardt in?
well, you could do that in the old one too.
Oh, could you? I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that.
But yeah, there's a lot more interesting stuff you can do with it. It's just a lot shorter range.
Okay.
And then finally, her ult is kind of ridiculous. So you remember the barrier she would shoot out with her E that would like go
Mhm.
forward and slowly die once it hits a wall?
Yeah.
Now she creates a barrier that's literally map size across a plane that blocks a bunch of damage until it disappears.
Does it move forward?
No, it's just a giant barrier that's literally the size of the level.
So you're just making like a big ass volleyball net thing? Is it vertical?
Yes.
Okay. So when
It's-
you say map wide, you mean like
I mean
you
map. It covers the map. like in a
divides
plane.
divides.
Oh, okay.
the map.
Okay, I was gonna say like it literally covers the entire map, and I was like, wow, how does that
it
work?
divides the entire
Got
map,
it.
and
So it's like a wall.
it's a giant wall.
Okay.
And it's ridiculous. Basically, if you put that up, your team could advance very easily to that wall and just sit there until it expires and still be shooting at the enemy. It's very, very different.
I'm just trying to imagine what that looks like because
You can look it up on the phone. It's very interesting.
it's just a big ass.
It's
shield?
huge. It's giant. Like if you're on the training map and you set it down from like spawn or something, it just goes to the edge of the map. It's ridiculous.
Wait. So
Just look it up. It's okay.
so when you place it down, is it shooting in front of you or
you can
sideways?
change the angle.
Oh, so it's like Maywall.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
But it covers
It covers everything,
all the way to
and
the
it's
end
like
of each
you can
side.
still see through it,
But it's a wall.
and you can shoot through it.
But it's a wall, right?
Please look
It's
it
like
Okay.
a plasma shield.
Please
No,
look it up.
you need to be able to describe this to listeners.
It is like
Viewers.
basically a giant Reinhardt shield, walled, like just a huge thing.
Okay, then yes, that's exactly. I said a wall, right? And you said yes, and then you said to look it up. So it's a wall.
Well, because you kept asking about how it looks.
Okay, no, but in terms of like beyond the fact that it's a shield, I was wondering if
Yes,
there's any
it's
other like
just a giant
visual
shield. That's it.
and it reaches all the way vertically to the sky.
It literally divides the map wherever you put it.
In my mind, that looks dumb, but
You know, it looks pretty cool in person.
okay.
But yeah, that's Symmetra, the new Symmetra at least.
Well, at least what they're testing currently. Who
Yeah.
knows if that'll stick?
Oh, it's gonna stick. They usually don't make very large changes from PTR, especially with character reworks in terms of their kits.
Yeah,
Maybe
makes
just
sense.
numbers adjustments. But yeah, so Overwatch, Tony, you were playing Overwatch this week.
Yeah. I'm still bronze.
Oh, I thought
Actually,
you reached silver.
I was. I went actually after I got that. In 2 games, I lost 80 points.
That's fucking stupid. Sorry, I just saw the new
wall.
all. Yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah,
Literally a dividing wall.
It looks cool though. Like it has like tessellated octagons and shit. So you're still bronze?
I mean, I reached silver, so I'll get the rewards.
Okay, but you went back to bronze.
I went in just a span of 2 or 3 games. I went under 1400.
At least you hit silver.
Like 1380 something, and I'm back up to 1450s. But jeez,
At least you hit silver.
yeah, but like, come on, like this was the trolls is why I went down after I played when I got. No, I'm serious. It was very unfortunate. I had 2 4v5s in a row, or 5v6s.
Yes.
5v6.
5v6s.
Which feels like, you have missing a leg or something. Like it's rough having one less person.
Uh-huh.
I agree.
People need to stop leaving. But in a better competitive scene where people are not toxic most of the time.
In which game are we talking about here?
Rainbow Six Siege.
There's still some toxicity.
In all the games that I've been playing in the past 2 weeks, I haven't had a single person be
Wow. That's impressive.
toxic at all.
I've run into toxicity
I've run
a
into
bunch in that game, but I also play the game a shit ton more than you do.
Right.
And I've also been that toxic person. But
Peter.
in
your private
sometimes
group.
yeah, I don't like flame people, but I do see myself yelling a lot and cussing a lot. So I'm working on it. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm playing it to have. I am getting better. I have to say.
It's good.
The last game I played last night, I got 4 kills.
Very nice.
What would you say is your average?
2.
I can actually look it up right now.
True.
My average is like 1 or 2.
I think my average is 1.8.
Actually, do you want me to? I can type it in your Discord bot, or are you gonna do it?
I'll just do it. What's your character's name again?
It should be Ender Wiggin with 2 R's. Ender Wiggin.
Got it. I'll
All
look
right,
it up.
everyone that
Continue.
ever wanted to add Tony to the game.
What?
You just gave away your name to everybody. That's all.
Oh, Ender Wiggin. There
All
you go. You can find me. So if you ever see me
You have a 50% win rate in casual with 14 wins and 14 losses.
Wow.
And your KD is 0.3.
Sweet.
KD. Okay.
So
26 kills and
not even
88
one.
deaths.
Mine's pretty low as
sounds
well.
about
I'm pretty
right.
sure.
Well, recently I've been averaging about 2 kills per game.
That's good.
I
But
think-
because of how many games...
Doesn't it show your stats when you're like launching the game too on
Yes,
the
it does.
client?
Mhm.
Yeah, because I think mine is like 55%.
I could look yours up too, actually. What's your what's your account name?
You know,
wait,
you
right.
know what my name is.
Is there an underscore?
There's a space, I think.
Okay, I'll look it up. But continue.
So yeah, Rainbow Six Siege is super fun. I bought the season pass last night. I just had to. I really wanted to play Maestro, which I didn't get to play.
Oh, did everyone keep
It
taking it
was
from
auto
you?
locked every time.
But how are you liking Finca and like Lion?
I didn't play Finca yet. Lion I really like.
It doesn't seem to respect spaces. That's weird.
Huh.
Maybe do underscore.
Oh well, I'll try underscore. But who's okay? Like who have you been maining lately?
I've been playing a lot of Pulse actually. I think over most.
I mean, I would say that you look like Pulse the most of all the characters, but
Heyo.
it's not saying much.
Yeah, Pulse and Capcan I think are my 2 most played, and then
Clearly, you look like Capcan the
then
most.
on offense, it's Blitz and Fuse.
Nice.
Shield
No.
with Fuse.
Lion, yeah, Shield and Fuse. And I know you go Smoke Grenade on him. Do you only do that when you're playing with like a Glaz?
It really depends on the setup of the team itself. I do tend to bring smoke grenades because I feel like they are more useful in terms of like on objective like control.
Mm-hmm.
And also I do have a lot of teammates that pick characters that have explosives of some sort that could breach into sites.
Yeah.
But there have been times where I brought smokes and I realized, oh shit, we don't have a single person with breaching pads. Fuck.
Whoopsies.
Wait, Zach, you play Ash 99% of the time. Are you telling me? Oh, fuck.
Rough.
So, yeah.
Yeah, game's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Another game that's super fun, Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
I have been explicitly playing Third Strike, just trying to get my fight stick inputs going.
And
how's that going?
what characters do you like?
This whole week I've been playing Dudley.
Oh,
only.
Dudley. Yeah. The gentleman.
I love Dudley.
Who's the one with the mohawk with the hole in it? Is that Birdie?
Yeah, that's Birdie.
That's Birdie.
Got it.
And that's not,
He's not in
Third
Third
Strike.
Strike.
That's
I just
Alpha 2?
in general, I don't know.
Yeah, he's an alpha.
He's like one of the more memorable side characters, in my opinion.
And he made it into Street Fighter 5, so, you know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I don't follow the new Street Fighters at all.
okay. Well, he's in Street Fighter 5.
There you go.
Do you play Street Fighter 5?
No,
But we watched.
I
Total
just
Biscuit.
know of them.
Total Biscuit played it.
He
He
did
did.
a little bit.
He
Mostly I've watched Maximilian for fighting games.
That's it. That's the other guy.
okay. Okay. Anyways, so you've been playing Third Strike. Have you got the fight stick working well for you?
Definitely wasn't the fight stick. It
It was
me.
you. Okay.
I still cannot 100%
Can you do a short you?
get the. So here's what's happening. I will do a full sweep
Full sweep meaning
from back to
180?
back to front. Yeah,
180.
180.
Okay.
And it will Shoryuken. Sometimes I'll also do a full sweep, and it does the full sweep. Sometimes I'll do a full sweep, and it does the half sweep.
Sounds like you're not doing a full sweep.
So
do
it's-
you have like inputs being shown? Maybe you
Yeah.
can see what it's showing.
It's showing it. So I still don't think it's the controller.
If it's showing you doing that thing, wouldn't it do that thing?
It must be either a timing issue or the fact that it's square might be throwing me off. Because I think I've played the other one that I have is Hex, isn't it? No?
No, it's also square.
What the Am I just bad?
Maybe.
I just think maybe we give the fight stick to Matt to use for a bit and see if he could confirm or deny your suspicions.
I mean, I think I tried it for like a minute.
I mean, it's an Ori controller, and it costs a bunch. So it should be good.
Well, I mean, it also sounds like you might want to return it.
I don't know.
Anywho.
You're telling me that it's properly seeing the inputs you put into it, right?
Well,
Like it's saying that you're doing the thing it's asking of you.
right. It's showing that I chose those directions. It
And-
doesn't mean that I'm flowing it in a way where it's supposed to do that move.
Well, then
exactly.
it's a frame timing thing too. So like maybe he's
Yeah, I
not
might-
pressing the button at the
Yeah, I
right
might
Well,
time.
I
not
mean, like
be
if you're
timing it.
doing it over and over, I'm assuming you would do it
Well,
correctly.
like he said, he does it sometimes, but not all the time.
Okay.
So it's quite possible he's just maybe not doing it fast enough
Or slow enough.
or slow
I
enough.
haven't figured out where the sweet spot is. That's why I'm practicing.
okay.
That's mainly what I
Okay.
mean.
But
I
you
don't-
went through like a whole practice session and didn't find the sweet spot.
Yeah, I was in training mode. Like, I was just doing one move at a time.
Okay.
I was like, all right, this is just going to be his.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare, and it's another reason why I'm never gonna play fighting games because I'm so shit at that kind of like those precise input kind of things.
It's fun though. Once you get it, you just wreck people.
Yeah, but I don't want to invest $150 to a fight stick to find out that I don't have the mechanical skill to play a fighting game.
You could play Dragon Ball Z Fighters where you just have to push one button.
Yeah, auto combos.
Don't
They
patronize me.
look good,
It's coming out to Switch, so
Don't fucking talk to me.
supposedly.
yeah, maybe.
All directions lead to
all-
all signs point to yes.
Yeah.
that is coming to Switch.
Anywho,
Yeah, so there's that game.
so just Dudley. Is he your favorite?
I don't know. He's my. I mean, I really liked him in Street Fighter 4.
All right. Well, how about this? In all of the Street Fighter games, who's your favorite character?
Oh,
Street Fighter.
Thanks. The Street
yeah.
Fighter.
the Street Fighter.
If you think about it, isn't Street Fighter kind of a weird name for the game?
Somewhat.
It's like yeah, I know you fight in a street, but is that really the iconic aspect of your game?
I think.
When the first one ever was very much not street fighting.
I think
Yeah.
Oni is my
Ooh.
favorite.
Oni. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me that when I used to work in an arcade, like when I saw like the arcade cabinet for Street Fighter, I think it was Street Fighter 1 or 2.
Ooh,
Like it literally
alright.
showed like two random people
Yeah.
beating the shit out of each other in the middle of a street. Like it literally looked like a street fight.
That's
you know?
probably a Street Fighter.
Like
1.
it was like
Yeah.
two guys with like rolled up white sleeves. Like they look like this is like white white t-shirts. The most basic looking people, one black guy, one white guy, and they're fighting each other in the middle of a street. And then, you get Ryu, Ken, Blanca. It's like, oh, this is not representative of what I just saw in that intro thing.
No.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
By the way, Street Fighter 1, I did delve into that. It is.
Woo, it is.
That's rough.
It's
I think
a game.
I think what I saw was Street Fighter 2, like original Street Fighter 2.
Possibly.
Yeah. I don't think it was Street Fighter 1.
It's
Because
Dalsim.
yeah.
Yeah, Street Fighter 1.
Yoga Fire, Yoga Flame.
Oh boy.
Yoga.
All right. Moving right along. Bayonetta 2, I played like one or two more chapters.
Nice.
And then I played I guess it's the training mode of Hacknet.
Oh, like the anime series .hacknet.
No,
Or-
are you talking about the coding look?
Hacknet
looking?
is a coding game.
Oh, that thing. Okay, like that is the name of an anime show, right?
Dot hack.
Hack.
Oh, dot hack. Right.
Dot
right.
hack
Okay.
sign.
I played the original game on PS2 many a moons ago.
I remember that actually.
Over 10 years ago.
That
I'd
show
say.
was very odd. I will say.
It was anime.
Yep, it is
I
very.
mean, yes,
Very anime.
you're correct. It was anime.
Yeah, Hacknet is pretty cool. I mean, it boots up like in a console environment. I mean, they're real commands. Like I had to do LS and CD, and it seems like it's.
Did
Bash.
you use Vim or Nano yet?
No.
It is Bash if they're using LS and CD and those things.
Yeah. But the point of it is to simulate actual hacking, which it does. Like these are not like fake sequences you're doing. Like you would actually do this if you were hacking into whatever these things
Give
are.
me an example.
This is a very compelling description of this game so far, but continue.
Yeah, give me an example of a real hack that you accomplished in this game.
Well, I only did the training thing, so what you had to do was you scan the network for an available server.
Uh-huh.
And once you find a server, you browse the files of it
Okay.
and then read the text file that's in this bin folder.
Okay.
And then it tells you to backtrack out of all the folders and erase your presence from the machine.
Okay.
So you had to clear all the logs and make sure that you cancel all of the, what they call it, PIDs. Make sure to kill all the processes and then log out.
I mean, that is a real thing, but very weak hack, quote unquote, I would say.
I mean, again, this was the introduction to the game. I haven't even played a thing yet.
I know.
But it seems pretty cool. I like that it feels like it's not a game. Like you're just learning how to code.
It is a game teaching you how to do these things.
Yeah. But it's fun.
Yeah.
I want to see what the actual missions are.
Cool. Nice.
It's an old game.
I know.
It was for free from Humble Bundle.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Is that all, Tony?
That's it.
All right, Peter.
That's all my 7 games.
Well, I played a couple games this week.
Let me guess.
Overwatch.
Oh my God.
Yep. Played Overwatch. It's pretty fun. Played some of the arcade modes. I really dived deep into Brigitte. She's really fun.
She's very fun.
Even though I know she was nerfed, but she's pretty damn strong.
I think the main thing that was nerfed was her shield bash, right?
And some of the number values to her ult.
Like her ult was not 150 shields, it's down to 100.
Something like that, yeah. But
she doesn't even feel changed.
She's fun.
To be honest.
She's really fun.
Her kit's not different, so
I'm having some trouble landing her left shift where she throws her flail out in front of her.
It is pretty precise.
Pretty precise, and there is some, not a lot, but there is a little bit of a travel time. So like sometimes if you're trying to hit like really small targets, like a Pharah that's like strafing back and forth mid-air, sometimes it's a little hard to hit some of those shots. Yes, yeah. But
plus, do you really want to push a Pharah further back?
True. Like, but sometimes there are times where I'm trying to pick her off.
Yeah.
Like she has like low health and I could kill her, but then it's just like whoop, I missed. So.
Yeah.
And also like, it's pretty predictable to know when a Brigitte's about to do it. So like if I'm trying to poke like a Reinhardt or something, then it's like shields up. Huh, bitch. So I was like, feels bad. But I did buy more loot boxes, unfortunately.
Womp womp.
But I do have all the new anniversary skins, which is kind of nice.
Nice.
Yeah, like that Junkrat skin's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The
Doomfist one was interesting.
I don't play him, but Doomfist looks pretty cool.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh fuck! I think probably Orisa.
Orisa's?
The forest spirit.
That one
thing.
is really cool.
It's fucking pretty goddamn
it's
awesome.
like a wood centaur.
I need to play some arcade games.
I'm probably forgetting some, but like I like Soldier 76's new epic skin, the Venom one, where he looks like a.
Oh yeah.
It's got like a teal full helmet looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty good, pretty cool. But Overwatch is a fun game, but it's not really fun solo. But I did queue up with some friends for like arcade and a little bit of quick play, so that was fun. And I could see myself going back to that game. I don't really know if I have any urge to play competitive anymore, though. Like I just don't care at all. But I do love my games that give me skins.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, the game I played the most this week obviously would be
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
Hold on, no, it's My Little Pony 3.
My Little Pony 3 Pike Edition. So when I slay a pony, it gives all of my other pony allies tons of rainbow gold.
Rainbow gold?
Yeah, rainbow gold.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege. The new Operation Parabellum, also what I like to call Operation Portobello, is a new operation that brings out the new Italian map Villa as well as 2 Italian operators. I own the year 3 pass, so I have access to the Italian operators a week before anyone else can. Besides anyone else that doesn't have the season pass can. And I've been playing a good amount of Maestro and some Alibi. And I gotta say, these characters are real fucking fun to play.
Out of the 2, which do you like better?
I personally find Maestro to be more my playstyle, the one with the turret. But the thing is, Maestro is really just not that great in terms of using his gadgets.
Oh.
Because his gun is just so fucking good that you want to be killing people with that gun whenever possible.
Is that the auto shot?
Light machine gun?
Well, he has an auto shotty, but his auto shotty is pretty fucking terrible. So don't
light machine gun all the way.
You hit like light machine gun. You put the vert grip on it. You give it the compensator as well as an ACOG or maybe a hollow sight. Holy shit, that thing has like. People say no recoil. It has recoil, but it's very manageable. Also, I think it has like 81 rounds.
81 rounds?
So literally, I would just be spraying. Okay, someone peeks and shoots at me, misses, or hits me or whatever. I just spray down that hallway. I have so many fucking bullets in my gun that they think I need to reload, and they peek again, and no, I'm still shooting, and I kill them. Like, that has happened so many times where someone peeks me again and will die because I'm already spraying just like a fucking bullets all over their fucking general direction. The rate of fire is so high, the damage is so high. It's a really good gun, and I do not see it. I don't see that gun keeping the holosight or keeping the ACOG sight. If we're being completely honest, I feel like it's too strong. Either that, or they're gonna adjust the recoil, something, because that gun melts people. It really fucking melts people. I would say his gadget's fun to use, but I wouldn't say it's good to use because, like...
Well, your allies can use it too, right?
No, they cannot. They can only look through it.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean.
But the problem with this, you know, like how when you're dead, you could access the cameras and move the cameras around and shit?
Yeah.
With this camera, if you're dead, you cannot move the angle of the camera at all. It's stuck.
Oh.
Only while you're alive and accessing the camera can you change the viewpoint of the camera.
You can shoot through it when you're dead, right?
No.
Oh, no. Just... Oh.
In fact, I don't even know if you're an ally and you're alive. I don't know if you could change the viewpoint of the camera. I'm not 100% sure. I want to say you can, but when you're dead, you cannot move the camera at all. Also, with the addition of these new cameras and as well as the new bulletproof cameras that select operators have access to, like these bulletproof cameras, you know, like the extra gadget slot. A handful of operators now have access to it. And essentially, it looks like a weight scale. It could be put down the same way Jaeger's stuff could be put down. So like either on the floor, on the side of a wall, basically within like reaching distance. Like you can't throw them like Valk's cams.
Right.
So these cameras could see through smoke and they're bulletproof from the front. They're destroyable through like certain things like meleeing it or shooting it from the side or with explosives, etc. There's ways to get rid of it. But now that there's so many new cameras available in this operation, Dokebi is stronger than ever. Because Dokebi could hack enemy cameras, so you could access enemy cameras. Gotcha. And what's super fucking annoying about that is that if Maestro is dead and his evil eyes, the cameras, are still alive, your team cannot destroy the enemy team cannot destroy the evil eyes unless they have explosives to use on it. There was a time when I was Maestro and a teammate died and got their camera hacked already. And I was the Maestro. I couldn't even destroy my own cameras. I had to manually go over and pick them up to get rid of them to stop being spied on constantly. It's pretty, like, Dokebi is really strong now, in my opinion. Like, at least in casual play. Maybe, like, Dokebi's not that great. But honestly, even in, like, the competitive games I've seen, like, for the Pro League games, Dokebi is used. So, like, I feel like she should be even more useful now more than ever.
Cool.
But yeah, Maestro's really fun. His gun's really fun to use. Alibi's gun is also very fun to use. The bullet damage is only like 24 per shot, but the rate of fire on that thing is fucking insane. Like I tap once on my mouse and then like it's like I shot the entire magazine. So you literally just aim in their general head direction because the recoil is really low on it too, and you just like fucking get a headshot. Like her gun's insanely good. So she's really fun to use, but the problem is I played her in one casual match and got 4 kills and I didn't die. So now my KD on that character is 4, and now I never want to play her again. So
hey, there you go.
I don't want to touch it. But yeah, Alibi is really fun too. The new map Villa is really fun. I think we're still getting used to like all the ins and outs of that. There's a lot of doorways in that map.
Yes, a ton.
Tons of doors. The map itself has 3 levels: the basement, first, and second floor. But I typically only play bombs, like defuse the bomb. And unfortunately for that map, the bomb sites are only on the first and second floor. There's no basement play at all. So honestly, I mean, I don't know how professionals will play the map, but I barely ever go through that basement. So I feel like the whole map isn't really fully utilized for my level of play, at least.
Can you go from the basement and shoot up?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know the map well enough to do that. Like, I don't know the map well enough to do vertical play. I don't even know the map well enough to do vertical play in tons of other maps that have been in rotation. But I'm sure you can.
Okay,
I'm sure there is.
Fair enough.
But map is cool. It's beautiful, and it's fun to play, in my opinion. So I've been having a lot of fun with the new operation. Like, it's really good. My only gripe really is that each operation comes with like universal outfits for every character, and it's usually just like a palette swap. And for Operation Portobello, it's literally just gray with splotches of light pink. It looks really bad.
Lovely.
So yeah.
What else have you been playing?
That's pretty much it.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
But yeah.
Sounds to me like we're ready to move on to our next segment.
Yeah, we are ready to move on to our next segment. Are we ready to move on to our next segment?
Maybe a 5 minute.
5 minute?
Sure.
Sure.
Get a $5.
All right,
Fiver.
put in 5.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
That's okay. All right.
And we're back from the break, and we're here with our next topic of discussion for the week. It is, what is the worst thing you have done for money / what is the worst job you've ever had? Matt, you want to lead us off on this?
Sure. So a lot of people would probably go to like their very first jobs, or like, doing McDonald's, retail jobs, things like that. But quite honestly, that wasn't that bad for me. My first job ever was at Party City, which some people might think is going to be really terrible, but I don't know, it wasn't that bad. I think my least favorite job, and this is kind of weird to say, but it's my first job out of college.
Oh,
and
yes.
the problem with this one wasn't that like the job itself was necessarily bad, but the way the job was sort of described to me going into it and the way it was worded. So my first job was computer engineer, quote unquote, and I put those in quotes because it was not engineering in any sense. When I think engineering or developing or any of those things, I think coding, I think building systems, I think architecture, any of those kind of things. And my first job as a computer engineer, quote unquote, was basically IT help for a database for banks. And that doesn't sound like it'd be too bad, but the fact that I was expecting to code things, the fact that I was expecting to do one thing and then basically be catfished into working onto something completely different, that was my least favorite work experience. Like, I didn't learn anything that I'm doing today from that job. Even SQL queries, which is something I did once in a blue moon in that job, I don't use them very much anymore. I only knew those things because I took one SQL class in college, right? And I probably learned a lot more in that than I did in this job. And the job involved a lot of people calling me. Like, we were each assigned a specific set of banks in like different banks in different districts, and we would basically help them with gathering certain kinds of datas, or more often than not, it was, there's a problem with your software and we need to figure out what the problem is.
You're basically IT support.
I was IT support. That was, and like, sure, IT, if you're going into a job expecting to be IT support, that's one thing.
Like me.
Like Tony. And you basically somewhat enjoy your job, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And that's because you signed up for that.
Right.
I didn't sign up for this. I signed up for coding. I signed up for building computers. I signed up for anything but what I was doing.
How long were you there for?
I want to say just over a year.
I think
And
so.
that was grinding, man. Like the pay was at the time seemingly decent for the first job out of college. I was making $20 an hour, which to most people is pretty good, I would say. But considering that most of my friends getting out of college were making like,
50.
more than
A lot.
more than that, it was not great. And especially with the job direction that I have gone now, that was like nothing. It was really sad.
It taught you real life experiences. Taught you how to be a man.
It taught me how to look for other jobs.
Yeah.
That's
really.
a one way to be a man, okay?
And it's funny because like one of my friends from college is the one that helped me get a different job. So like I'm really thankful for that, because God, I don't know what I would be doing today if I didn't land my first actual programming job.
Yeah.
That would God.
Let's just say that this would be the highlight of your week if you still had that job, probably. And I know
Yeah.
how much you hate us, Matt.
Oh yeah. I mean, the only benefit I can give to having that job was that I lived close to it. So my commute was not bad.
That is pretty nice, though.
It's nice, but
Yeah.
even nowadays I get to work from home sometimes, which that makes up
Which
all
is
the
the
difference.
best.
Yeah, I don't have to go
Let me
anywhere.
tell you, it is.
I go from my bed to either my couch or whatever comfy chair I feel like sitting in that day and start working.
Have you ever programmed in your underwear?
Oh, heck yeah.
That sounds like it's the best.
Sometimes, like quite literally, I went to bed with the laptop next to me in bed so that I can wake up, just lean over, and then just start working.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna say you coded naked or something.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you could.
I mean,
How would they know?
Sure, I could, except for when we did video conference meetings or something like that.
You'd be like, I made stuff while my penis was out.
Why is your camera disabled today? Well,
I just, webcam caught a cold. Yeah.
yeah, no,
That
but
doesn't make. Let's go. Yeah. Let's continue.
yeah, no, that job was. It's probably not the worst thing I've done for money, but it's my least favorite thing I've done for money. So there you go.
There you go. Yeah. What about you, Tony?
Man.
You fucked a man
Yep.
for money.
That was
Man.
it. 20
I
bucks.
mean, you're not gay, but $20 is $20, right?
It's true.
$20, huh? All right, we have to talk later.
Yeah, I was
Anyway,
cheap then.
go ahead.
Wait, yeah. I said that the right way.
Surely you have something.
You had a job before, right,
The
Tony?
worst thing. Nope, I have never had a job and still don't.
That's impressive that you've gotten to this point.
Tony, we literally had this discussion topic for like 3 weeks. Please tell me
I
you
know
have an
this
answer.
is a hard one because
I bet you're a hard one.
Heyo.
well,
Yes. All right, Tony. What is this thing that you did for money that you dislike the most?
probably overall it would be working at a grocery store. However,
Do you mean like because of the length of time or like
The overall just shittiness of the job.
like it really isn't that bad. Granted,
it just had low lows kind of a thing?
yeah, and the pay was absolute shit. There was
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I got all the way up to cashier from bagger in a year and a half, maybe. And the most I ever made per hour there was $9.50.
Woo.
That was the highest I was ever paid. $9.50 an hour as a full-time cashier.
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
And
But what
everyone else that is a cashier that has been there for 20 years, whatever, they make, $24 an hour.
That's
Yeah,
a lot,
well, it's-
actually.
Yes.
well, it's because
That's more than I thought. Is it because of like your
older
age?
contracts. No, it's
No,
older
it's
contracts.
all about contracts. So they would always tell us that we were unfortunate for when the year we were hired because that year was one of the newer contracts that just effed over any new employee. Like you weren't guaranteed as much. And, we call them the old timers. I mean, grocery store business used to be a career. Like you could just go in and work do your time and retire and have a perfect amount of money because once you're in that one contract.
And Costco still is.
Yeah, Costco is one of, if not the best grocery chain that you could possibly work for.
I'd argue it's the best based on benefits and pay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was shitty about this job?
I would say the amount of work that I did and
The amount of pay you didn't
the
get.
amount of pay I did not get. Yeah. I mean, I did everything.
Any particular like stories or instances you could think of?
Oh, sure. The women's bathroom in particular. 2 times in the same store that I worked at, I had to clean up the worst. Okay, one was someone had poo explosion disease. Second one,
Poo explosion. All right, go on.
no, it was, yeah. I had to go in with
Hazmat suit.
basically, like, I had rubber gloves on with plastic gloves on top of that. And then,
Plastic
like,
gloves?
I mean, I was in my uniform, so we don't have, like, hazmat
Exchangeable
materials
stuff,
or
yeah.
whatever. So I was using just makeshift protective gear. Luckily, in the bathrooms, they have a hose with sanitize and some other kind of
Liquid.
like liquid stuff that you can push through it with the water and really hot water. So that's what I did. I just cleaned like the walls and everything and made
The
it.
walls.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I had to make it go down the drain in the middle. And,
Oh no.
I had to do that twice to the women's bathroom.
I've heard from girls myself that the women's bathroom is just a horrible shit show. Like at worst in the guy's bathroom, you'll just see pee stains everywhere and like the occasional like poo stain on the toilet seat. Like that's the worst I've ever seen, honestly. But I heard the women's bathroom is just so much worse, just because like menstrual cycles, women hovering over the toilet for some inexplicable reason, and like
honestly, what I cleaned up, I would have rather have seen menstrual mess.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, poo explosion. Poo explosion.
And when I say I had to clean it, it's because nobody else would do it. I'm like, fine, I will clean it because you guys are a bunch of bitches.
You hear that, former employees of this particular Ralph's?
God.
I had never said Ralph's, but yes, it was Ralph's.
My bad.
You're fired from Ralph's again, Tony.
I mean, the total time that I spent working there was about 4 years. And that's actually the longest I've ever worked in one place so far.
Oh. Well then.
Yeah.
Next year will be my
fourth year
in my current job.
Cool. So was that the worst thing you've had to do for money?
Yeah, and the reason why I was hesitant to pick that is because...
What's the second worst? Come on.
No. There isn't.
Oh, okay.
It's just because, like
it wasn't terrible, but it had terrible moments.
Yeah, and working there, I made really good friends, and it brought good things out of it,
But the lows were super low.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I was overworked for sure.
Yeah.
And the hours were awful.
That's totally fair to say that then.
Yeah.
I'm sure your friends would actually agree that working there was not great.
Yeah. There are some people that are stuck there still in managerial positions.
Yikes.
But I mean, they made it up to that point. But,
I mean, that's something at least.
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
They could have no jobs.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, so we're moving on to Peter.
Yeah. What you got?
So I would say I'm in a very similar position to Tony, where like the job so I had a job as a kind of like a manager / graphic designer sort of thing. It was mostly managerial shit / like normal employee shit at an arcade. Like an arcade similar to like a Chuck E. Cheese. Like it was it was oriented more towards like kids. It had ticket prizes, things like that.
Sure.
My boss was quite the character in both good and bad ways. But it was like a very interesting experience, and I'm glad that I had that as a job. But some of the lows of that job were fucking horrendously low. As you know, kids are brats.
This is true, yeah.
And they are terrible little filth monsters. I would find horrible things hidden away in horrible places long after they should have been found.
Okay,
so this was an arcade that subsisted off of nickels. Like that was like the main currency.
Was there like an entrance fee and then
there was an entrance fee? Yes, and
right.
And then the games operated on nickels at the time. When I quit my job there, they actually transferred over to a card system similar to Dave & Buster's.
Okay,
but for the majority of my time while working there, you actually use nickels to play games.
Sure.
So you had like the belt with the coins in it, or
no? I would just
not that old school.
We would actually sell sacks of nickels for the straight up price of the nickels. Like we would sell nickels in $5, $7, and $10 bags, and they would cost $5, $7, and $10. That was kind of a nightmare, just because when people were done with the nickels, they would try to refund them, and then we'd be like, "Oh, we don't buy nickels back," and they were like, "Well, they're nickels. They're like real nickels. Why don't you take it back?" I was like, well, "That's our policy is to not buy nickels back." So
no nickel back.
And let's just say I got bitched out by a customer or 10 about that. So, yeah, like there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of shit about that place that was like a super huge pain in the ass. For example, like just playing there were games that cost like 12 nickels. So like each play you had to put in fucking like manually 12 nickels. Like some even cost even more, which is it was a nightmare. But like, as most customer service jobs go, like parents could be horrible little monsters, just like their children can
I want to talk to the manager.
And I worked like weird hours, and like it's like we had really weird people come into that place, and like really trashy people too. It was like there were some really nice people, obviously, but then I met some of like the fucking worst of the worst roll tide motherfuckers ever, like while working that job, just like actual human filth, That's why I feel like every single person should work at least one customer service job in their life, just so they know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of being a total bitch customer, you know? That's why I try to always be polite and courteous to employees no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Like even if I have a problem with them, I always try to be like at least gracious. So
yeah.
And that's not because like I want something good out of them. It's just like, you know, treat humans as humans. So whatever. But the worst thing that's happened to me is, like I said, we sold nickel bags in $5, $7, and $10 bags, and they would come in these like durable kind of Ziploc style bags.
Yeah.
And so the idea was when you're done and you feed your tickets into the ticket feeder thing, and you got like it would print out this little receipt that would tell you how many tickets you got. We wanted people to return their plastic bags where they got their nickels from and recycle them in like a little recycling container thing that was right next to the ticket eating machines. Right?
Sure.
Let's just say that people thought those were trash cans. Not that I blame them because they look like trash cans, but they do say bag recycle only.
Of course.
I have found so many fucking used diapers in there.
Oh god.
Oh no.
And used menstrual products. And the worst part was my boss kept the bags. Like I would pour out the bags, and like we would sort them, and I'd be like, "Oh, boss, I found a used diaper in here." And he's like, "Okay, just throw away the diaper, and then just spray the bags with like this antibacterial spray." And I'm like,
"Oh God!"
I was not sure where you were going with when you said my boss kept the bags.
Oh no, yeah. So,
like, what the fuck?
No. Well, I mean, it's kind of really fucked up in its own way, but like, yeah, my boss
still fucked up.
Yeah, my boss expected me to keep those filthy bags, and after I cleaned them, when he wasn't looking, I promptly threw them away. So
yes, you should have. Thank you, Peter.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that. Yeah. On top of that, I have also cleaned my fair share of poop explosions, but since they're children, they're not as much poop, I would say.
Yeah, they can only have a child-sized poop explosion.
It's more smearing than anything.
Oh.
I've cleaned up some menstrual explosions as well.
Explosions.
Like I literally saw blood caking, like dried blood was caked all over the seat of a women's toilet once. And I had I got some heavy duty gloves, chemicals and stuff, and scrubbed it from a distance. So yeah, that job was pretty bad, but pretty cool, just because like for same reasons as Tony, like I got to meet some really cool people there. I got to have some pretty fun experiences overall, pretty funny stories, but I mean, that job was also a soul sucker that did not pay well. So,
God, I feel weird because both of my retail experiences weren't as bad as yours, it feels like. Although
I feel like yours is more atypical. I feel like
I worked 2 different retail jobs essentially in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've done the Party City, and I was hired there during like the setup for Halloween time.
Oh yeah, it's like the seasonal stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of my time was in the back setting up costume locations and stuff like that. But also there's a lot of actually what was my favorite thing to do there was actually balloons, which is, you know, because Party City just has balloons and you can get them pre-filled and like get a bunch of balloons. So I would do that. That was my favorite thing to do there. But customers weren't typically jackasses at a Party City. Like I feel like
there's a different expectation at an arcade, I would say.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, oh, this game ripped me off. Oh, these prizes are too expensive. Things like that.
Yeah, and like I feel like with food and with stuff like that, there's one sort of set of customers. Whereas with Party City, they might be disappointed maybe you don't have like a certain theme of something or something in a certain color, but like, the fuck are they gonna do, right?
Yeah, kids playing at an arcade is a fucking nightmare. Let me just tell you.
And the other retail job that I worked was at pool supply store, Leslie's Pool Supply.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Leslie's Pool Supplies.
Yeah, like my boss there was actually really cool, and there was only me, my boss, and one other guy. So like in terms of people to piss me off on any daily basis, is either customers, which again, pool supply is kind of specialized. It's like, what the fuck are they gonna do if they say you don't have what they need? And then like one other guy, you know, and again, my boss is pretty cool. This other guy was a mixed bag, I'll say. He had his moments where he was cool, and he was like a pretty strong guy. So he would like move chemicals really quick. Cause you'd sometimes work with like, I think the biggest thing we had there was like big giant tubs of like chlorine tablets. And those were like 50 pounds each. Mm-hmm. He'd be like carrying 2 in each hand, like walking up. So this guy was like pretty strong, but he also had like this thing where he would have odd seizures, not like on the floor shaking kind of seizures, but like he wouldn't know what he was doing kind of seizures. Like it was very odd and
Like episodes.
Yeah, and like kind of scary. It happened once when a customer was in there, and like I just had to like stand between him and her just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we should probably leave for now. You might want to come back a different time. So that was kind of odd. But like I didn't have any like there's always assholes in every retail experience, right? There's like the person that's like, why the fuck don't you have a pink balloon with gold sparkles on it? It's like, because we don't have it. What are you going to do about it? You know, it's like, you're Party City. You're supposed to have everything I can ever fucking want. It's like, you always get those kind of people, but like, what are you going to do? Like, get over yourself. How immature do you have to be to like yell at a retail worker, you know? And like you said, I treat most retail workers with at least most respect as I can, just because I know what they're going through. It's not great, you know. It's a job. Nobody wants to do what they're doing necessarily, so why give them shit?
It reminds me of this time where we were super busy at the arcade, and like there are tons of kids trying to redeem prizes at the same time, and this one kid was like waiting a while, but then the thing is like we could only help so many kids at a time, and he was literally just screaming at us, telling us to hurry the fuck up and shit like that. Like he was cussing at us. And then when I finally helped him, I was like, I basically threw the prize on the counter. I was like, next time you yell, I'm just taking your tickets away, like that. His dad apparently saw me do that from like a couple feet away, and he was not happy with the way I talked to his kid. I don't regret this, by the way. Fuck that kid.
Oh yeah.
But he was like, don't you talk to my son like that. You want to go outside? I'll fuck you up right now. He was like cussing in front of all these other kids and shit. And I was like, okay, now I kind of see where this kid is such a little dickhead. So like, and then I was just like, I just walked away and I was like, yeah, you better run, you pussy. And I was, oh my God. It's like, bro, I will gladly fuck your day up. But right now I need to do my job. So yeah. And then he complained to me. He was like, I want to see the manager. And I fucking turned to him. I was like, I am the fucking... Okay, I didn't say that. I wanted to scream like that. But I was like, I told him, I actually am the manager. And then he was like... He was just like, oh yeah, well, no wonder this place is run like... I was like, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like... I told him, I was like, would you like to speak to my boss? And then he's like, yeah, get your boss out here, you little bit. And then whatever. I got my boss out. My boss, despite his flaws, will always back his employees up first. So yeah, he got into an episode with that guy too. Like they got into a shouting match.
Of course,
it was interesting. So yeah, but yeah, another perk about that job is I stole a lot of candy.
A perk.
Well, not stole, but let's just say that sometimes candies were on the closer end to expiration, and
I mean, you gotta get rid of them.
They weren't quite expired yet, but. You know,
you gotta eat them at that point.
Gotta be.
I totally forgot about a job that I had.
Gotta be
Was it worse?
Preventative about that shit.
Might have been worse. Yeah.
All right, tell us.
Pacific Theaters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the one over by your old place, right? Yeah.
You actually.
That was actually worse.
You actually hated that job.
Yes.
You told me about how much you hated that job.
That is the worst job. There we go. Nailed it.
All right. Well, what was your least favorite thing about working there?
Oh, probably being an usher.
An usher.
That's what they called the people that clean the theaters after everyone's done.
Oh, that's all right.
That was basically cleaning a giant trash can, right?
Yeah. It was horrible.
Oh, people in theaters. I leave theaters sometimes, and I see what people have left behind. I'm like,
but do you know the secrets on how we cleaned the theaters to do it really fast?
I have no idea. Please tell me. Indulge us in this secret.
So there are little grooves.
Oh no! You just swept them into the grooves
underneath the chairs. Like on the backs of them. Yeah. You just clear the popcorn out from underneath and just scoot it into the thing in the back.
But did you guys did you eventually empty those?
I don't know. I would imagine someone would have had to because it had piled up.
Oh my God.
I was told how to do that by the employees there.
Really?
So like in between showings, you have about 10 minutes
to
max.
clean the entire theater.
Yeah. And there's like 3 or 4 of us in there doing it, but there's no way you could actually
do like a thorough job. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like little popcorn pieces and stuff. Like for the actual boxes and things, you have to pick those up and you have trash bags and everything. But that was probably the worst job because minimum wage at the time was $7.50. And I worked 10 hours a week.
Wow.
It's not a lot of hours.
No. So my check for the month was like $120, barely. A month.
Oh my god.
All right, well, that's a great selection of answers for our weekly discussion. Let's just head over to salt mines real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's open them up.
What have we been salty about this week?
Well, I guess I'll go first. And so this is specifically because I heard about it this week, but this applies to more than just this game. So Red Dead Redemption 2 came out with the different packages that you can pre-order the game with. And I'm just going to say this, for all games for the rest of forever, there's never going to be a shortage of the games because of digital sales. So
Right.
unless you seriously want like a physical thing or one of the pre-order bonuses, don't pre-order games. But Red Dead Redemption 2, going back to that one, I'm really looking forward to that game, but these pre-order release things that they put out there are just so shitty. So, like,
Do tell.
so the pre-order bonus for the standard edition of the game, right? All of them include this one, which is a bunch of GTA 5 money. Which, if you're pre-ordering Red Dead Redemption 2, you're getting something for a completely different game as a pre-order bonus. First off, that's just stupid. I feel like
It seems a little greedy.
it's very
Yeah.
greedy because it's either A, they're wanting to push you towards buying a previous game that they've had out for a long time now, or B, they're just trying to get this to people that have already bought their games and trying to reward people that already have their games. So that's super shitty.
Yeah.
But so that's what you get as a bonus. The actual text it says is full game release and then that bonus, right? So for the standard edition, you get the full game and that bonus. Then you move over the next section, which is like the premium edition and then the like enhanced whatever the fuck special edition, right? So this this middle one, same thing, but more money for GTA 5, which again, shitty. But then they have additional content for Red Dead Redemption 2 in that edition of the game. Like extra missions. Not like in-game currency for the game or like a bonus perk.
It's like
in
actual
the game.
content.
Actual content of the game in a pre-order bonus.
So it's
First off,
it's
what
almost
the
like it's almost like they chopped up the game and we're like, this could have been considered part of the full game, but let's just separate it and sell it as a different edition to entice people to spend more money.
Yeah, and it's like, first off, when your first one says full game, why the fuck doesn't that include what's not already released?
It has the beginning and the end, and that's all you need.
There is
Yeah.
no.
It's just
The middle will sell separately.
Okay.
and this is where it extends to all games. I fucking hate pre-order bonuses.
I love them.
Like I get
I love when they're good.
the bonuses fine, but when they're basically incentives to make you buy a game that you have no reason to know if it's good or bad yet. Like, I don't know what happened with a couple of you guys in Destiny 2, maybe.
Okay,
What?
here's the
What are you
thing.
talking about?
I like Destiny 2. I like the base game. I had my fun with it. I would have just bought the vanilla edition of the game had I known.
Exactly, but
yeah.
had you known. But
Right.
this applies to all games, right?
Yeah.
So people that like pre-ordered Battlefront 2, for instance,
I'm sorry for
I'm
those
sure
people.
they're very sad about that.
So the pre-order bonuses I was okay with would be like additional cosmetic items and things like that. But
Yeah.
now it seems like they're just literally dismantling parts of the game that should be included as part of the full game
Yeah.
and just selling it on the side.
It's like day
Yeah.
one DLC, which, first off, stop doing that. I don't want day one DLC. Just give
put it
me
in the game.
game.
Or don't put it in the game.
Yeah. Like day one patches, release patches, totally get that. You know, you got some stuff that it was already distributed, but you needed to get some fixes in before release. Fine. Those are fine. But if you're literally hiding content behind pre-order bonuses or DLC
behind paywall.
on the first day the game comes out, fuck you as a company. I don't care who you are. Like, I'm sorry. I hate that practice. And it's becoming way more common than I like for it to be.
Yeah.
Mostly with a very large AAA titles, which is very unfortunate. And especially like Rockstar, especially, I feel like has no reason to do this. People have waited for a new game for years from them. And then when they finally give it to them, they pull this shit. Come on, man.
It's because they can, honestly.
I know, but
It's
come
not-
on.
Yeah.
Like, come on. So that's my saltiness is, and just gonna say this again. Don't pre-order anything.
Except Mario Tennis Aces. That's fine to pre-order.
No.
All right, Tony, what about you? What are we talking about?
So I have a first world problem.
Okay.
This is a particular incident that happened to me at a fast food restaurant.
Oh.
It happens all the time, actually. It's just, I don't know what it is. I like to call it uncommon sense now because there is no such thing as common sense anymore.
It feels like that.
Nobody
sometimes.
knows what the hell to do or say about anything. So I was ordering a meal, and when I say that I'll have the such and such sandwich, that means I'll have the sandwich.
Right.
If I say I'll have the number 2 or whatever,
that means a combo.
that means all of that comes with the number 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I want to say at this particular restaurant, 100% of the time, if no matter how I order it, they asked if I want the meal.
Or if you want just the individual thing.
No, they specifically say, "Do you want the Do you want the meal?"
Do you say combo number 2?
So it doesn't matter how I order it. Like, I will have this sandwich. Would you like the meal? No. I would like the number 2. Would you like that as the meal? Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I understand. They're also, I think, required to do that anyway. I mean, because they have to upsell.
Okay, but Tony, try saying next time combo number 2. Ever since I started ordering from fast food places saying combo, they never ask if I want the meal because combo implies that I want the meal.
And I see where that's good advice, but I also see where Tony's coming from.
No, I see where he's coming from, but the thing is, when you see the fast food menu items, it'll actually say the number, but it'll give you the cost of the sandwich by itself and the combo. So
Right.
I think
McDonald's.
No,
do they do that everywhere?
No,
Jack in the
everyone
Box.
does. Yeah, they do that now, like
So
Chick-fil-A.
I think it's more just like how the menu systems are just set now.
Although Taco Bell doesn't.
Taco Bell doesn't.
You ask for a
That's
number
true.
2, you get a fucking number 2.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, they ask you, do you want
and you'll
chicken?
get another number 2 later, if you know what I mean.
Well, they
Hell
only
yeah,
do,
you
do you
do.
want chicken or beef? Is
I mean,
their
that's
question.
fine.
That makes perfect sense.
No, but I get where you're coming from. I also get where they're coming from. I think I do think if you say combo number something, you will get the combo without being
True.
asked.
But that is also why I said it's a first world problem.
Yeah.
Because it's not really a problem.
Yeah.
And I understand that if you say sandwich only, it's their job to try and get you to buy more. So they're going to offer the combo anyway. So I completely
Would you like
understand.
that supersized?
Yeah, or that.
They got rid of supersize, right? It's just large now.
Yeah.
But they do that too. Like they'll say with large drink, you're like, small's fine.
I mean, smalls now are like large as the
Oh
back
my
of
god,
that, yeah.
it's kind of ridiculous, really.
Yeah. What was that shift, like 15 years ago maybe, where they made no, it was earlier than that, maybe 10 years ago,
Yeah.
where they shifted there was no small anymore. They got rid of the small,
Yeah.
and then they made the medium the small, and the large the medium, and the extra large the large, and
Yeah.
extra
So
large is just the
basically McDonald's removed the small, but then just made it small, medium, large. I think at one point,
yeah.
and it's kind of happened a lot of places too. So like Wendy's, Jack in the Box, you get a large drink, you get like a gallon of fucking drink.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous.
But it feels like drinks are cheaper than ever at the same time. I
Well,
don't know.
because the way they serve it to you is syrup and
yeah,
soda water.
I know, but it's just like
Yeah.
fuck.
Also, McDonald's has the $1 for any size drink
Yes.
still, right?
Sometimes that's not all the time.
No,
right?
I think it's all the time now.
it's all the time
I think
now?
so. Yeah.
Well, shit. All right.
That's only if you buy it a la carte,
Yes.
I mean, that's still fine.
or actually only if you
Yeah, it's a la
don't
carte.
buy it a la carte.
No, it's a la carte.
Okay, that's even better.
I think it's like 25 cents for the largest size with the combo or something like that. I eat too much fast food.
Well,
All right.
yeah,
Well,
maybe
is that your saltiness?
that's my salted first world problem.
Well, I'm salty
Well
just
seasoned.
because I ate so much goddamn fast food apparently.
Hey,
But I gotta say, this is on me again. I'm really working on it, but I find myself getting upset at my friends while playing video games a lot, to the point where I do kind of flame them.
yeah, Tony.
And and
He didn't actually yell at me.
I was yelling at my other teammates, and I need to stop. I need to step back and realize that it's just a video game, and it's not a big deal.
That's why I gotta take the I don't give a shit mentality.
Well, I mean,
In
at the
this
same
game, you can't really do
at the
that.
same time, I want to play it as best I can, and
Yeah,
I do
of
want
course.
to win. But at the same time, I need to be okay with losing. I need to be okay with people making mistakes because I also make mistakes. I'm not a perfect player by any means, so I need to let go. I need to chill out. I need to get some sort of poster right next to my computer that says, "It's just a game, Peter. Relax."
I'm gonna get you an Elsa poster so that you can just think.
No, oh my God! If you say it, I will fucking end your life and then mine.
No, but see, she's gonna be carrying an ACOG scoped gun. It'll be great.
That might be good.
Don't you dare banter! Don't banter to me, okay? Don't patronize me.
Peter, you just gotta.
Don't please.
Peter,
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Although, from experience with playing with some other friends in competitive scene or competitive gaming, you just sometimes have to take a break.
Yes.
oh God, yeah.
There was
Oh.
one person in particular that Matt knows I'm talking about.
Oh boy.
Perhaps
no,
where he was-
took a break permanently at this point. He doesn't play.
Yeah,
Am I
very
thinking of the
much.
same person?
probably.
Does he have a bird in his name?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm thinking of the same person.
Yeah, I think he was similar where he just like, well, he always like felt like if he wasn't doing well, it's
The game is broken. Yeah.
Kind of the game was broken, but like, he just needed to, take a breather, calm down.
To be fair,
It's
though, League does that to people anyway.
Oh well, League is again. Since I've accepted the I don't give a shit about League mentality, whenever I play League, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So it works.
But I know you want to play this game a lot. I do too. But competitive games, just in general,
It brings out the worst in me.
Yeah, you just-
it really brings out the worst in me in a way that I'm willing to like look introspectively and say like I am kind of taking things too seriously, and I need to recognize that this is a video game and to stop raging so hard, especially at my friends.
Right.
So like it's just a game. We play to have fun. We do play to win, but if we don't win, it's not a big deal, Peter. So just shut the fuck up.
there you go.
Accept
gonna-
the fact that you died.
All right, I'm gonna make an Elsa poster with exact
No,
quote.
stop saying Elsa. I do need to probably get a stress ball though.
Yeah, or like
Of
a
Elsa's
fidget
head.
cube or something.
Something. So, all right, that's pretty much it for me. So I think that's enough salt for this week. What do you guys think?
I think we're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Close it down.
We've
All
coded
right.
it.
If you guys need to contact us, go ahead and email us at csdcast at no. Shit.
Don't do that because it won't work.
What is it?
Email.
Okay, sorry. Email at csdcast.com.
Yep.
You can visit
That-
our website at csdcast.com.
Yeah,
Hey.
we try to post links or articles or little blurbs daily.
And you can find our latest episodes there.
Yeah, and
True.
we are also pumping out some video content here and there, so just go ahead and check it out.
Yep,
Thanks for
YouTube.
listening again, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good one.
Oh, and yeah, bye.